Lightspeed has lockdown on the other side. So do you want to use it early to generate a pick or get through to the site? Do you want to use it to stop a retake from happening? Usually I think EG tend to be proactive with them rather than reactive.
It's going to be an early clash. So it seems. FPX almost gathered up and set up. Looks like that util is going to be used with the intention of getting Yuko on the angle with the operator, but there's going to be a lot of players on the other side of things here. Look at Demon 1, he's all the way over the top. It's a dart with the flash all combined up. Does Yuko realize he's crossed here? I mean, the angle now is close it up, opens it up now again, once more to try and re-clear onto the corner. This is so damn dangerous. The dash is going to be fading away here, and with the drone in his face, got to respect this one. Meanwhile, in mid, what is occurring? Stuns and util. Boundless right now. Nizar wants a piece of the action as well. Fully grouped up. There's a kill. Is that a response? Nathan cannot turn in time. Nizar bringing down almost all of them here. It's a 3 versus 3. The lockdown's now being invested because the spike was heard dropped out into the open.
And look how FPX scatter to the far reaches. Nizar just completely on his own, looking to try and contest the outside. They're trying to force the fights instead of reinforce their position. This has devolved into a bizarre round. FPX had the spike down, had mid control, and now they have no idea where EG are. Not a clue.
Halo guys, selamat pagi.
I wanted to see a bit more silliness. I found it. At this point, this round is all over the place.
But just after FPX had won 4 rounds in a row, it's all timing.
Just walked up through all the way down. He's distracted by the sound cue. Jogma falls. 2 versus 2. They know where Lysor is. Do they choose to go into him? Anything to clear this out? It's not quite. And the trade, well,
nice one,
it's on
Demon
time.
1.
But Demon 1 versus Hayang. Time definitely against him. We'll be able to get that plant down, though. The position is not there to try and deny. So an extension of it into the round here, updraft, up top, and Demon 1 is eager for it. Trying to take the jewel, but fully blinded up, narrowly avoiding. 70 health to his name. A slight tap, but Demon 1. It's 12 to 8. Took a lot to get them there.
Selamat pagi semuanya. Apakah masih ngantuk? Jelas aku masih
I
ngantuk.
won't be celebrating like that,
Orang gue baru bangun.
These rounds are
Gue
looking
literally baru bangun.
messy. I mean, that one in particular was all over the place. Definite opportunities for either team to win it. Lysor did a great job there at finding the timing. And I thought Aeyang had done enough. With a little pop flash around the corner, he read the updraft perfectly. He knew exactly where Demon 1 was positioned. But he just couldn't quite land the shot.
Itu Demon 1 nge-fake nembak ke bawah biar dikira drop itu.
Are things going to get even more dangerous?
Ngeri.
Maybe that was the hurdle they were waiting for.
Ini game cepat juga ya.
One more round.
Gila.
Same util is being used here.
Belum jam 6 tapi kalau misalnya EG menang, game-nya udah kelar.
Fury. That's a huge tag. Damage definitely being done, and there's the impetus. The push attempt. EG putting the squeeze entirely on the bullet. He's got the timing. He's into A main as well. They don't have a clue. Inside, the smoke patience is shown for just a moment. Here's the orb. Corp returns fire. The trade online. EG with a massive player advantage now, and this should be the finisher.
Lysor and Yuko got it all to do in the 2v4. 2 players stuck at default.
Ini cepet banget game nya. Baru jam 6. Jam 6 2 match selesai. 4 match selesai. Udah GG lah. Ya elah. Baru live streaming gua.
Scoreline for man number 2. Not the cleanest of affairs for EG, but it does get them that match win.
Of course, when Bustio was saying earlier they were going to get 8, he of course meant 13-8, 13-8.
That's each map.
Yes, of course. Well, the first round of this has gone Bustio 1, China 0, but not exactly in the way that I think he was expecting. FPX came up here with some nice ideas and some big performances from individuals to actually make EG work for it.
Yeah.
A little more than I think most of us were expecting. You had 2 halves there out of the 4 that were very competitive, the first and the last.
Gila, harusnya di DRX jam 8 loh guys. Jadi di DRX lebih cepat 2 jam. Ini aneh banget.
For EG, for the team in front of you there that have just taken their victory,
lawan
I believe that there were some big questions coming into this group stage. In general,
13-4, 13-7.
Tokyo? How much consistency are they going to be able to deliver with here at Champs?
13-4, 13-7, 13-8, 13-8. Gimana sih? Mas, saya bela-belain bangun jam 6 pagi loh, Mas. Masa saya harus bangun jam 4 pagi, Mas? Nggak tidur, Mas, namanya, Mas. Bakal dipercepat kah game selanjutnya? Udah pasti lah, nggak mungkin kita nunggu sampai jam 8. Pasti game berikutnya ya kalau ini pengen break 10-15 menit, habis itu ya udah mereka langsung main pasti, nggak mungkin enggak. Kalau nunggu jam 8 sih kelamaan lah, nggak mungkin. Kalau IG lebih serius bisa lebih cepat lagi, banyak throwingnya tadi disrespect. Oh iya, nge-throw tadi. Nge-throw kayak gimana? Tadi soalnya kebantai banget itu sama FUT, jam 4 udah kelar. Keterlaluan sih. Keterlaluan sih T1 sih. T1 sih makin lemah gue liat-liat nih. Di master lawan EDG struggling. Di sini lawan FUT dibantai. Pagi guys ya. PRX versus Crew Esport dini hari, besok bakalan nonton nggak? Enggak. Bro kayak main kompe aja, tabrak-tabrak. Oh. Mereka Bustio ingin membuktikan perkataannya ya. Dia ngomong Cina tuh masih jauh banget lah hasilnya dibandingin NE lah. Kayak masih jauh banget. Wah. Mereka nge-throw kayaknya biar ini deh guys, buy time aja gitu. Kayak mereka merasa, aduh ini kalau kita bantai kayak FUT T1 cepet banget nih durasi hari ini nih. Kasian yang udah kerja susah-susah nih, cepetan. FPX kalau dibandingin EDG juga jauh sih menurut gua. FPX dibandingin EDG jauh. Skillnya jauh dibandingin EDG ya. Gila, FPX berarti suram juga loh. Ganti streaming judul. Ganti judul dulu gue deh. Bentar ya. Ganti judul dulu. Berarti sekarang yang menang sekarang DRX lawan NAVI ya. Ya elah, baru juga gua masukin poolnya lah, kocak. Jadi gue tuh sebenarnya udah bangun dari jam 5. Gue tuh udah bangun dari jam 5. Jam 5 tuh gue lihat baru match pertama IG lawan FPX 9-3 skornya. Gue udah kayak walah, gue bilang ini mah gue bilang bisa lah kayak kemarin gitu kan. Gue bangun lah jam 6, gue bilang gue tidur lagi. Lah jam 6 bangun, gue streaming kelar gamenya. Bener-bener dibantai. Kalau sekarang ya sama aja, orang kode baru mulai udah kelar. Iya loh. Mending China diapak biar yang lolos besok EDG PRX DRX, bener. Dengan Cina mendingan DRX EDG masuk apak kayak lah. Apak. Iwan tadi memang mainnya main nabrak terus biar main cepet, ke counter mulu, sekali masuk hilang sampai 4 orang. Aku masuk, bye bye sama sekolah Mai. Gua aja baru sholat subuh udah 93 di map Pearl lah. Bisa gitu. Shinsu Sasagyo. Wah, T1 mengecewakan sih. Kecewa gue sama T1. Udah bela-belain bangun jam segini. Demi elu. Saya player jadi saya bot. Iya loh, gue baru ingat di T1 ada saya loh. Masa saya gitu sih? Saya main. Ekspektasi bisa ngalahin EG. Gue sih nggak berekspek sih. Mungkin FPX tuh yang jago siapa ya? FPX tuh yang jago cuma si ini doang setahu gue. Nggak ada, bahkan nggak ada yang gue tahu dari FPX. Gue tidak berharap mereka bisa menang, tapi setidaknya gue berharap mereka bisa memberikan perlawanan gitu loh. At least bisa 2-1 lah. Masih jet lag kayaknya T1. Emang nonton guys? Bangun-bangun jam 5, T1 udah ketebantai 2-0. Kirain bakal 3 game. Sama. Gue kirain juga bakal... elah. Banyakan kalah adu MT1 tadi tuh. Emang div dari itu jatuhnya mah. Bangun jam 3 itu masih 6-1 match pertama. Kebangun lagi jam 4:30 udah ganti EG yang main. Sama aku juga. Pagi ya. Halo Devaya. Gokil mulai dari pagi. Gila loh, gue bela-belain tidur cepet, bangun pagi di watch party. Kurang komit apa gue sama Valorant dan Riot? The official gaming headset partner. Kita udah berekspektasi tinggi nih karena day one-nya game 3 semua. Malah makanya. Semoga DRX. Semoga DRX 2-0 sih. Gue sih pengennya DRX 2-0 juga sih menang. Biar gue bisa tidur aja abis itu. Halo Kazura. Iya, gue live streaming lagi gara-gara watch party nih. NAVI DRX. Aduh, 2-0 T1, 2-0. Tuh kan 2 menit lagi mulai. Aku mampir bentar buat tidur dulu. Buset, tidur Astia, tidur. Agak disappointing ya emang. Apakah yang menang rata kiri? Enggak, nih kanan ini DRX yang menang. DRX sih kemarin mainnya bagus ya. Tapi NAVI juga bagus ya. Jadi gue gak tahu siapa yang menang nih. At least sebenarnya NAVI lawan tim Liquid juga 2-0, tapi at least menangnya sengit gitu loh. 15-17, 11-13 gitu. Sampai OT. DRX Loud juga lumayan sengit kan. Permasalahannya itu doang. Loud aja bisa dikalahin sama DRX cuy. Gue cukup yakin NAVI juga bisa lah. Masih bisa bersaing gitu maksud gue. DRX harusnya. Besok Fnatic lawan Zeta juga seru sih ini. NRG lawan Beli-Beli Gaming, gue harusnya bisa nonton sih NRG lawan Beli-Beli Gaming. Ini juga seru nih. Soalnya NRG Som, FNS, Crashes, Victor, Ardis. Gue pengen ngeliat performance si Wazi ini nih, WHZY nih. Katanya dia di waktu di pertandingan yang di Cinanya jago banget si Wazi ini. PHZY. Zeta Las, kita lihat ya, Om Las bakal agresif gak AWP-nya nih. Om Las, Om Dep, sama Sugar Zero, sama Ten. Crow ini baru apa kagak sih? Pagi Bimo. YZ katanya sih King 2.0, tapi masih katanya. Iya makanya kemarin juga yang nonton di China tuh bilang, wah ini YZ sih di Cina sih mengerikan ya agresifnya ya. Nge-pushnya ngeri banget katanya. Aimingnya juga pala mulu. Makanya gue penasaran, gue pengen lihat apakah lu cuma jago kandang atau lu bener-bener jago di internasional juga. Karena menurut gue kalau misalnya sampai Bilibili ini bisa memberikan performance yang sangat bagus kayak EDG, berarti kan ada dua tim Cina yang patut ditakutin ya, EDG sama Bilibili nih. Di EDG ada si Kengkeng, di Bilibili ada si Wazi. Itu bagus menurut gua. Jadi Asia tuh ditakutkan gitu. Takutin lah. Ya DRX sih bener-bener kayak bocil semua, padahal umurnya sama NAVI. Paling gak sabar Something versus Kengkeng. Nah itu juga tuh. Udah pasti ketemu lagi mereka. Udah 100% pasti ketemu kan mereka kan? Enggak sih, bisa aja gak ketemu sih. Bisa aja nggak ketemu kalau seandainya seandainya PRX on crew misalnya yang menang PRX, EDG lawan Gaya yang menang Gaya. Giants nggak ketemu mereka, ketemunya mungkin di bracket di playoff. Tahun pagi nanti siang nggak record.
Even further, it's a big deal if you win this match.
I mean, for both of these teams, getting 8 days to NAVI or DRX to prep is going to be absolutely huge. And speaking of NAVI, let's send it to Golden Boy, who's standing by with their coach, Doombros.
Come over here, my man. Good to see you. Congratulations on a massive win yesterday. But the question on everyone's mind is, did you tell your mom that you beat your brother? And what did she say if you did tell her?
She was sleeping. It's a big time difference. So I haven't really spoke with her, but she told me before this event, I'm a bigger brother. I'm 7 minutes older than Emil. So I will always be the favorite, win or lose.
You know what? I always knew that. My brother, he's 7 years older than me. He's always been the favorite. Oh, man, we relate. Well, actually, no, you're the enemy. Get out of there.
I can't relate. I'm the youngest, so I can't relate.
I mean, if we had Emil here, he'd be calling cap on that.
Yeah,
there's no shot.
You can see the little grin on his face as well when he was saying that. I mean, Doombros just, I love the banter.
You take it though, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're beating your brother, your twin brother.
Menurutnya masuk playoff kurang lebih sama kayak Tokyo Master atau ada tim underdog baru. Bisa aja ada tim underdog.
He's doing a lot of steps today. He's just run over to the other side to quickly grab a quick word with Mako.
Bisa aja Blibli bisa masuk.
How you doing? Hey, good to see you. Also, your hair is beautiful. After yesterday's performance, you guys looked absolutely incredible. Do you feel like there's been a change for the better for DRX from Tokyo to Champions, and what do you think that is?
일단 도쿄 때보다 더 나아진 거는 저희가 뭐 위닝 콜 그냥 5명 전부 다 이제 적극적으로 얘기하는 게 제일 커가지고 아마 그것 때문에 지금 이렇게 스노우볼이 계속 구르는 것 같아요.
I guess the biggest change that we made for the better would be the fact that now everyone's chipping in to make those calls during the mid-round. So yeah, I think that explains why we're doing so much better than Tokyo.
That's awesome to hear, Mako. Always appreciate hearing from you. And Jen, thank you so much for conveniently being here. We'll catch you later, buddy. Back to you guys.
I mean, he's not wrong. The calls, they have been better.
Yeah, they definitely have, and it was something that Stax was really struggling with. Was like the mid round in the
Semoga
overall
Sinet dikasih
idea.
race, jangan
I think
Zipan
Termi
yang
in the press
dikasih
conference
race.
also said this is going to be our starting 5 up until the very end of the tournament.
Kayak EG lah,
the
kayak
DRX
di
fans
Master
know
Talk.
this
Iya,
is
gue
locked
berharap
in, the
ada
player
EG
is
lainnya
Yeah,
di
no
champion
more
kali ini
trolling.
sih.
Termi. I'm begging
Yang
you,
cewek
man.
itu pacarnya
I'm
Bowser
begging
bukan Siko
I
apa
mean,
cuman
speaking
teman
of
sister.
trolling, I have
Ini
a
Yinsu,
great
Yinsu
answer
Colin,
from
pacarnya
Stax
Bowser
of,
ini yang di tengah-tengah
yesterday's
si
interview he
Yinsu.
did right after they won. You guys, you want to take a look at this. This is absolutely hilarious.
Last time, Angel said that you guys got a little bit lucky taking the win against them. Are you feeling lucky about your upcoming match?
그 맨날 운이 좋아서 이겼다고 얘기하는데 이미 전적 자체가 저희가 압도적이기
뭐
때문에
따라 디
그냥
스팅이
그게
높아,
걔네들 실력인 것 같고요. 그래도 저희가 나비는 무시 안 하고 저희가 내일인가? 아무튼 만나서 부셔버리도록 해보겠습니다.
Well, they always talk about being lucky and them being unlucky, but it's just the track record tells you all, you know, about who's the better team. And we won't, of course, we won't let our guard down, but, you know, when we meet them tomorrow, I'll make sure that we crush them once again.
Asik, panas. Panas, panas.
I mean, this is the thing. They always seem to play against each other. Also, twice at tournaments as well. Copenhagen.
Oh.
Devin. The
Set up here.
context.
Navi udah berkali-kali.
Angel just said that they
Gila,
were
lu belum tidur lu gue
unlucky to
liat.
lose against
Seru
DRX,
banget.
but you guys had a good chance there. Do you agree
Gue bangun jam 6 lebih pagi tapi 2 game udah kelar.
I mean, I would love to see it as well because in my head as well, I wasn't even thinking of these two teams as a rivalry really when it was.
Nah ini udah game ketiga, harusnya jam 8 jadi jam 6 mulainya.
Looking for that win today, obviously against
Pertama kali.
trash talk and whatnot as well, but
Hah? Enggak. DRX lawan Navi ya.
At the moment, DRX look like
Udah
the more
mulai.
improved side. I think the addition of Zest and actually
Harusnya jam
allowing
8
him
pagi
to
mainnya,
swing
jadi
with the
dipercepat
team
jadi jam 6
has
pagi
made an
nih.
enormous difference.
Gara-gara
DRX look,
nggak jelas.
Navi looked like they were all right. DRX looked like they'd actually turned things around and looked good, and Zest was one of the biggest reasons why.
I think we should talk about that because we always speak about, is it going to be Foxy9? Is it going to be Zest? But Brent, after the way that Zest played, in particular for me, the Viper was immaculate.
Yes.
I think we're starting to see why they're choosing Zest for this tournament.
I mean, it's so damn good. The guy's picking up Viper as well. I think it was like the 3rd time he's played it in the history. But also, you can just tell, like you said, Josh, that they've actually been practicing with him. They've actually been playing scrim time. This is a moment here in the round where I love this. He waited just for the right timing as well. Didn't open a door, but he waited for the defuse to come through before then opening the door, waiting for the util from Stax as well. It's all combined together. It was a real clear indicator to me that the communication is actually really tight right now.
Bantai gaming ini, Bang.
The comms and the way they're calling, the way they're thinking about how they want to play each round are really just built off that. And what Maka was saying at the beginning is like, we're all contributing to the mid round
sama
as well.
ibunya
That
Jing
beginning interview,
dan
the URL
Alex.
interview. I'm
Dilihat
seeing that
Alex
manifest
selalu
in
ada
the
di
games, and I'm watching them
postingannya
play. They
mamanya
look really
Jing.
good right now.
Yeah.
Mamanya Jing kalau
And
ngomong medok bro.
Mamanya Jing kan emang friendly aja guys sama semua satu tim PRX pada kayak keluarga
That's
itu.
the biggest bright spot you can find for Navi, is it, Yinsu?
Mamanya Jing tuh tipikal mama-mama
I mean, no, you're
eksis
not
tuh.
wrong. Angel looked like he was playing a
Mamanya
great
Jing
game.
Surabaya, kan?
That can always be an
orang
X
Indo.
factor for Navi.
Iya,
My
makanya
question is
ngomongnya
just,
medok
is he
ya,
going to be able to
terus
hold
Gua
on
nggak tahu sih
against
dari
everyone?
mana,
I'm thinking
mungkin ya
about their like
Surabaya.
actual
Surabaya.
head-to-head of the smokes players that they've got in this game. Mako has usually been the better smokes player. I mean, you put Mako up against anybody, he's usually the better smokes player. But I think they're going to have their hands full dealing with him today. He looked like he was in rare form.
Dude, he was breaking ankles yesterday, man. I mean, the way he was just
Alex
moving
itu
around the map
bukan
as well
sama
using the
Mama
TVs,
Jing,
he
woy,
was in
sama
rare form.
Cabi
But the
Ninja
whole team
dia.
was as well across the board. It wasn't just a
Nah, itu
Mako
gua
show.
kagak tahu dah.
Like sometimes we've been used to where it's just this one
Tapi
player.
di posan Instagram ya kan,
Smoke
mungkin.
in my face.
Ya.
Mako's here.
Sportif aja gitu mamanya Jing.
He's red hot right now. He's red hot. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them play. I think.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see which maps we're going to be heading to as well. Our coaches, they're standing by, so let's take a listen in.
Oke, udah mapik.
ARB.
Please DRX.
Team B.
Jangan pip Lotus.
So Navi,
Ben Lotus,
you'll be
Ben
team
Lotus.
A, and we'll start with
Ben
your
Lotus.
first ban.
We ban
Ini baru-
Haven.
They ban Haven.
Ben
from your
Lotus.
ban.
Lotus.
Pearl ban.
They ban Pearl.
Berarti baru mau
Navi,
game satu nih.
map number one.
Ini game 1.
We pick bind.
Bind. Side on bind.
Lotus. Ben Lotus.
Attack.
Attack. Map number 2.
Pick split.
Ben
Split,
Lotus,
side
Ben
on
Lotus.
split.
DRX. Ben Lotus. DRX.
Defense.
Defense. Okay, next set of bans, starting with Navi. You have Ascent, Fracture, and Lotus.
Ban Ascent.
Ban
Lotus,
Ascent.
DRX Lotus.
Your ban, you have
Lotus.
Fracture and Lotus.
Lotus. Sinteyong.
Band fracture.
Band fracture. Map
What the
number 3
hell?
will be Lotus.
Lu lemah di Lotus.
We'll run through this again really
Apa?
quick. First set of bands, we have Navi with Haven, DRX,
GTG.
map number 1 is Bind with DRX on
GOTG.
attack. Map number 2 is
Guardian of
Split
the
with Navi
Galaxy
on
Volume
defense.
3.
Next set of bands are Ascent
Udah
Fracture,
nonton.
makes Decider map 3 Lotus with Navi on defense.
Ini dibandingin
Good.
film
Go
ini
Tio.
sih paling bagus dah.
Bagus kok GOTG.
Iya.
Secret Invasion juga bagus, cuma akhirnya aja yang flop.
Oh, lu nonton juga?
Udah nonton.
Gue baru nonton.
Deng tak deng 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 deng. Ah, bosan gue denger ini. Deng 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 deng. Please, please. Seru dong matchnya ya. Jangan ada yang dibantai ya. Nggak. Gue yakin DRX nggak mungkin dibantai lah. NAVI juga nggak mungkin dibantai. Jadi pasti 2-1 nih kayaknya sih matchnya mah.
Ini tuh pakai kekuatan ya lawan Iron Man 3 ya.
These are two of the most experienced teams in this entire tournament, and winning today will guarantee them a spot at playoff. And of course, like we said, extra 8 days of prep, which is going to be
DRX tuh lemah banget di Lotus adik-adik.
Super high coming into this,
Ini kenapa nggak ban Lotus dah?
Surprised that one of Navi or DRX.
Semoga aja nggak nyampe Lotus lah kalau gitu.
I mean, I think that is potentially a bit of a surprise when you're in a group with Liquid and Loud, right? But at the same time, all of the teams in this group have that pedigree of being able to make it very deep in tournaments. And I think it's more about who brings it at this tournament.
Baju NAVI kenapa kagak ada sponsornya gitu dah? Puma dong.
If indeed you've had any time off, as DRX have.
I mean, right now as well, I would definitely say I think
Sponsornya DRX banyak banget gila. Ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sponsor.
Whereas Navi really, when I was watching them last, I mean, they've only really just settled into their comms at the tail end of LCQ. They haven't had as much time to prep. Their maps have not been as
Soalnya dari track record mereka, Lotus tuh DRX kurang gitu loh. Yang gue tahu jago Lotus itu cuma EDG, NRG, PRX, sama EG. 4 tim itu doang yang gue tahu jago di Lotus. DRX tuh jagonya Heaven, makanya tadi langsung di ban Heaven sama NAVI. Nah kalau NAVI gue nggak tahu dia jagonya di mana.
I think Zest's Viper there is like setting the ideas for what everyone else should be doing on Viper playing on that map. And then the decider map is Lotus, where Navi have just trolled relentlessly.
I mean, that's almost every con, but let's take a look as we head into the Prime Gaming Agent Select, what we're going to get on Bind, because Brent,
Agent Select Bind, nggak mungkin lu nggak pick Astra kan, Marco? Lu pasti pick Astra dong, double smoker nggak sih? Biar ngebull tuh side bind.
Navi have chosen to pick this weird comp, and it didn't look as fleshed out. And for DRX, I feel like
gue tebak nih ya, line up timnya.
Good for them in terms of what they've been able to pull out. And yeah, we're
seeing
Blade. Okay.
Oh, and they changed their com overnight.
This is very interesting. A lot of Euros being getting experimented.
Mirror? Oh enggak, Yoru lawan Riz.
But that is going to be the main focus.
They just ditched the neon and was like,
biasanya double smoke Brim Astra gitu.
You know, CNED's played Sage on this map forever.
Lu lihat di DRX tuh biasanya pick Astra. Dan gue gak pernah lihat DRX pick Yoru anjay.
DRX have never been able to come up with an answer on Bind that has looked good at the tier 1 level. And I think it's going to be a challenge to make the Raze Yoru look good.
Dua duelis ya.
That's challenging.
Dua duelis satu, lu lihat tuh. NAVI 2 smoker lah, DRX 2 duelis.
I mean, Zest playing the Viper gives me hope.
He's going to be playing Viper on all 3 maps.
Ini meta baru ini, mereka belum pernah main di turnamen.
Yeah, and anything else to add?
I mean, we kind of glossed over the Navi stuff, but...
Well, what I will say is there's no other team in the world that knows how to deal with a Yoru more than Angel and Navi. No one else. Let's be honest.
He's got his reps in, hasn't he?
Wah, ini coba-coba apa gimana? Aduh, semoga nggak coba-coba ya DRX ya. Ini bukan saat lu coba-coba kom baru nih.
They can't be affording to only win like 1 out of 4 in a series.
I also think the saving grace is they get to start on defense as well, and their defense has been a lot stronger for Navi just on Bind in general, but I cannot wait to see what we're going to get in this game. Let's send it over to your casters who are making their debut
agak ngeri guys ya ngeliatnya ya.
2023. Hello, Doug and Hypo!
thank you so much, Mike. A pleasure to share the mic with you on a stage like this with comps like this matchup. I mean, you can't ask for much more.
No, and this should be, I mean, a little bit of a question mark starting on Bind, to be honest with you. I think Yinsu's made a fantastic point. To be prepped against the Yoro,
believe gua. Mako Brim gue yakin lah. Yang gue nggak yakin tuh Arbi Yoru. Pas pakai race gue cukup yakin lah, dia udah sering pakai race. Mako udah sering pakai Brim. Stack sudah sering pakai Sky. Zes sama Arbi yang agak concerning nih buat gue nih. Aduh, wah udah buta dah. Wow, Shaw, nice banget Mako, nice entry. Oh, di backup tuh smoke-nya itu. Smoke Brim hilang, gantian smoke-nya Hyper. 3, 2, 1, Sam. Dor! Hilang lu Mako. Pakai nge-push kalah sih ah. Itu yuk, Zesbas yuk, bisa yuk. Off angle. Bas. Okay. Nice. Good start.
Again, it's only the fact that this is so committed from DRX, a ton of utility towards, and actually Xiao's done fantastically well to
semalam belum diupload ya.
But overwhelmed by the numbers of DRX. Even if they've got a couple of little pieces.
Gue langsung tidur guys soalnya. Ntar abis ini gue member only.
In the focal point here.
Enak banget.
Just a pinch perfectly timed from Buzz. Dropping out a hook up. Again, these early rounds
banget Ombas.
DRX going to show too many of maybe some of these TP setups or just a little pop flash play here and there.
Kena tuh NG1 tuh. Angel.
It's interesting too, Stacks just with a frenzy here.
You see it yesterday, he was the one to ride things through on a pistol.
Kena flash.
Angel actually tagged up down to 66 already, forced deeper and deeper into the site, and DRX looking to overwhelm once again, Doug.
Angel.
NAVI have so many members are
nice.
Here, and, well,
nice.
They may drop like flies, but they're trading back.
Ayo, last.
Finally stabilizing.
Sinet, masukin aja, bos. Bos, agresif yang ini apa bos? Lah 4v1, 3v1. Ayo, bos. Ya.
Route is engaged just on the other side.
Wow.
The first shot is good. Stacks is weak.
Wow.
They both have bulldogs.
Ya, pegang aja pisau ya.
Cena's gonna have to get a move on. He's landed that shot too.
Masa kalah.
He's got to be fast about it though. That spike has been taken away for a long time. Zest is in a really good position here. Cena on the main, he spots a shoulder. Zest patient with it. So cautious with it, and he's playing a dangerous game here. He's already gotten it to half.
Nice.
Zest on the shot, and DRX with the round.
Well played.
Very costly though.
Well
taking everything except the final Bulldog away. Should be fairly helpful to get I guess a couple of rifles in here, maybe even RB at 3850, but NAVI definitely feeling good about the outcome of that round overall.
Itu kan pakai mic-nya, jadi kalau mau nge-throw ortok segitu bisa kedengeran satu studio ya? Bisa lah. Bisa, kalau emang nggak mungkin mereka ngomong-ngomong kasar atau ngomong-ngomong toxic di in-game mic lah. Semuanya ke-track record, mereka sadar kok. Rajin kali streamer satu ini, yoi. Mesti ada ke bedroom nggak sih? Bedroomnya Om? Iya. Aduh, Bas. Ngeri banget. Waduh, kalah dong. Waduh. Nice RB. RB udah masuk aja di situ ya, buset. Wow.
We've had a couple situations like
nice
this, Mike, already where DRX are like,
Kencana.
hang on, what's going to happen here? This
bonus
is
closer
than it should be, but ultimately stabilizes.
Well, I was talking about a little bit of an adjustment from DRX yesterday where they're happy to brawl, happy to actually play into these very chaotic rounds. And I think with the Yoru, if they can lean back on maybe a 50-50 of...
Kan bisa pakai meta nyerang mental. Oh, taunting mah boleh. Misalnya kayak Keng-Keng waktu itu. Wow, gitu boleh. Boleh, kalau kayak gitu boleh. Selama mereka nggak ngomong kasar dan mereka nggak sara, boleh.
Concern being Navi, historically,
tapi kalau lu udah sara langsung kena sanksi di tempat itu mah. Kayak lu wow, Asian gitu lah boleh. Lagi risky.
See Navi with a different approach this round. The first couple of rounds, they were so focused on prioritizing the orb B. This time they invest utility, a couple of smokes to get the Showers orb into the hands of Angel. Now 1 point away from having his orbital strike online.
Suigetsu.
Very preemptive rotation here as well.
Yeah, really early.
And DRX spread in a not committed default just yet. That's where the spike is. Nice flash actually from Marley. Suigetsu off that angle. That will be the showstopper in hand for Buzz. So expecting DRX to maybe drift away from this. Pivot back towards A where it's only Zipan holding things down for the time being. Actually, the Sky confirming presence here could be a little bit of a red herring for Navi if DRX
Zel sih sempat kena denda ya. Gue baru tahu.
You wonder how much longer Zest is going to wait. You've got some rotations headed that way with stacks. That's a second flash too. I think they're going to want to commit B here, and it's going to be right into the teeth of this Navi defense.
Oh, masuk ke U-Hall. U-Hall-nya masuk. Zest masuk di U-Hall. A-nya.
I'm wondering if Buzz is going to pull the trigger on it. No, they're going to flip. They're going to flip off of all the space that Zest has taken.
Zest sudah dapat map control soalnya.
They're burning the clock down on this one all the way. That nade from Zipan's going to be good. 10 seconds left, and Mako's already down. The spike can't make its way out. They've got to go fast on this as Zipan continues to hold the line.
Zest dapat kontrol U-Hall nih. Bisa nih.
I was going to say, Angel in the back lines will be able to get the orbital strike off, but it actually misses the plant. RB's found a response.
Huge kill on Angel. RB swinging around 56.
Ya, Zest kagak berhasil.
He will fall.
Zest kenapa nggak masuk aja ya? Kenapa dia nunggu di situ ya? Sayang banget Zest nunggunya di luar, bukan di dalam elbow-nya City gitu loh. Kan jadi ditembak dari Heaven. Ah, percuma lo map control Zest. Lo dapat map control sampai ke U-Hall, lo buang. Ah.
You see Zipan's even laughing on the player cam there. He's like, what are they? That's Spike. They're not even on site yet.
See where we go from here. DRX, you see the buy on your screen. It's a little bit hobbled together. Light armor on 4. Stinger in the hands of RB. Does have his ult too.
Because if this will be the first example of DRX's usage of the ultimate from RB. Sends the team down to short. Try and find some information. Instantly denied by the Sage Wall.
Buzz is going.
It's an indication.
Ya, Buzz gak dapet dong.
Buzz is going and they invested the ult.
Ya, Buzz gak dapet.
Buzz finally though, finding value backside, ultimately traded back as CNET will not relent on Shower's control.
Waduh, CNET.
I don't know how the Spike is gonna get out of here, Mike.
Udah deh.
I don't think it will.
Kelar deh.
Test will be revealed by the Seekers. An opportunity to take the
Kelar deh.
A 1v3 now. And the rest comes through. Angel back on his feet just to make matters worse.
Gila, ronde 5 ronde 5 udah ngeres HG-nya. Ngeri banget.
Trailblazer that spotted where he is.
He's stunned as well.
Yeah. This does not look good. He may have slipped the net though to get a kill, but can't even net that. Navi have done a really good job of stabilizing through all of the looks that DRX are throwing their way.
And I like the intent here. Obviously, RB's ultimate comes through, denied by the Sage Wall, but it confirms that there's somebody just inside Showers.
Sure.
Showstopper doesn't connect. I think CNET drops down to about 40 HP. But even then, the reinforcement from, Sugetsu initially here, but you'll see on the
Ini bagus banget ya dari CNET nih. Dapat off angle pick-nya bagus banget.
A side before the spike even gets down.
DRX off of that, calling a timeout. As Navi have put together 3 rounds in a row.
Gue demen banget sama stage-nya VCT.
Perfect run after the first 2 rounds.
Logo VCT-nya itu nyala-nyala ke highlight border gitu loh, bagus. Kayak denyut nadi gitu, denyut jantung. Deng 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 logonya. Bagus deh.
A chance to string something together here, some ultimates to play with. Zest one away from the pit. Stacks and Marco have theirs ready to go. Certainly, initially, feels like Navi able to control the tempo when DRX do want to explode towards site. And I'm seeing something here that might even slow things down a little further for DRX. CNED, operator in hand now. And the showstopper at Zipan's disposal. Not expecting miracles here from DRX. Let's reduce the investment come through. Seeing Buzz actually considering a Vandal, but changes his mind last minute towards the Guardian. Not necessarily feeling too threatened just yet for Navi on the defense. A couple of little, little pieces cooked up around the Yoru, but certainly hasn't found value just yet.
Oh, they're buying a little bit more into this too. RB's gone with the Singer. Buzz, you mentioned with the Guardian.
Stage-nya sama kayak Master ya.
Meanwhile, for Navi, as we were discussing,
Mungkin mirip
got
lah.
money for days.
Overall kayak pasti sama dah. Maksudnya pasti mirip-mirip, nggak mungkin beda jauh. Pasti beda-beda tipis doang.
He's got the Trailblazer to follow, but is he expecting Buzz here? I don't know that he is.
Waduh, RB.
Such an ambitious approach. Such an ambitious attempt.
Aduh.
Gotten the timing on this.
Zes.
Very
Zes.
patient.
Zes.
Plays
Mako.
his cards right. He's going to be able to around by himself.
Nice.
You see here,
Mati dah Mako dah. Kelar dah. Dibokong sama Zipan Zuzuzu. Zipan Zuzuzu.
Again, no real pressure to apply towards Navi. Operator noted now, so CNED probably going to be looking to switch things up round by round here. So, I mean, other than RB's ultimate, the wall hasn't caused any issues for DRX. Really seen it become a factor in some of these rounds. But a very, very healthy cushion in terms of the funds here, Doug.
Oh, I mean, for days. They're just so well set up. You got Sugetsu's ult that's not too far away. Angels isn't either. So you think about having control over the map, or at least this half. They're sitting pretty.
Flash will actually catch. Getting to CNED, there is somebody to find.
Oh, ngambil orb kah?
What a miserable wall to have to deal with.
Pretty sure he wanted the orb there.
Just out of reach.
Yeah.
Gak bisa ngambil orb dong.
Able to secure this side of the map nonetheless.
Aduh. Angel One lagi bengong. Itu bengong Angel.
Get back onto the same angle, but Angel full.
Yeah, it seemed like
Stack sudah masuk. Stack sudah masuk.
Shao.
Stack sudah masuk.
Moments away from potentially being challenged. You see that flash to confirm suspicions. There is presence. Meanwhile, off that, I mean, DRX intent on rotating back towards B. They're going to take the spike back.
And Zipan actually heading across towards A site. There's 5 members of DRX heading towards B right now. Smokes
streaming baru buatan Epic Game. Apaan tuh?
Side committed as well.
Epic Game bikin streaming apaan?
They're going to get the spike down.
Spike planted.
What did Navi have to take this back?
Kenapa cuma spike doang?
Sugetsu again, still just 2 points away from having the pit. You can't imagine that's going to matter, but Tina top certainly does. Meanwhile, it's a pit from Zest that gets invested. Trailblazer to create some space, and you see 2 members still playing in it on site, on B, as Navi attempt to retake this. RB with just 10 HP.
I think he spotted the barrel there.
Wah, RB ngapain?
Now RB ultimately falls Zest. Biding his time. You hear the ult use. Is it going to find one? Yes, it will.
Zipan si Game Sense.
Can they continue to play around this? They've got to go
Zipan Game Sense gila banget. Zipan Game Sense gila banget, bro.
And the investment of the pit didn't
Dia
really slow down
loh,
the retake.
Zest ada di
Zipan able
hookah.
to apply pressure towards Cubby. RB down to 10 HP. Can't really commit to an engagement.
Game Sense.
Which allows Zipan to find that
Wow.
kill with the showstopper. 2 members of DRX committing towards the long hold, just playing, I guess, the long game on an open plant. What is that?
What the hell?
Seen him with the map ping. Operator kill blind through the smoke.
Gila.
It's just that easy, right?
Yeah.
It's just that easy. Look at him.
That was disgusting.
All smiles and for good reason. Navi continue to roll. That's now 5 rounds.
Waduh.
Seen it still with the op.
Tenet.
This time they've got a pit from Sugetsu. Seen it with another 11 and 3 so far, Mike.
Waduh banget ini, waduh momen ini mah, bro.
Payoff. Sugetsu will close off phase short here with the Viper's pit. RB slowly creeping towards showers, but does have a TP set up towards Fountain, so whether or not he does want to show presence here, maybe deal with the boombot, but TP's actually expired, so we have the ability to benefit off that.
Nice, Angel.
Yeah, that was, again, bold and ambitious.
Not seeing the same consideration today, Doug, that we saw from DRX yesterday.
Oh, kena loh
It's feeling a little more reckless here.
Jauh banget padahal.
And we'll see if things pan out as the rest of this half plays out, but we'll hold that thought for just a second because Navi have fully set defenses around the spike. They have full control of this. And once again, it's going to have to be heroics from DRX to stabilize this.
I mean, spike unretrievable though. 30 seconds. Looks like Zest and RB just backing up to try and hold on to these rifles. And a number of times yesterday, more so on the defense, we did see DRX happy to just give up rounds. Look to save 2-3 rifles potentially. I mean, it doesn't really protect their position here in the grand scheme of things.
The money's not great for the attacking side, but I want to go back to a conversation we were having, Mike, very briefly about how DRX looked yesterday, because there was an element of magic that it felt like they had, right? Like they were taking all these fights, they were taking them very aggressively, and they were getting so much value out of it, and it feels like, you know, perhaps for DRX it is coming across as maybe a bit more reckless or something along those lines, but the truth of the matter is the magic, at least early, right? We're still so far at the beginning of this book. Early, it feels like DRX is not finding the value on those bold, aggressive plays that they were finding before. I'm going to take a look at it one more time as Cena just continues to farm with the op. He's just been so good. And this is what I mean, right? Like Buzz satcheling forward, and yeah, there was some consideration, I think is how you described it, but DRX just not finding those kills that they were finding yesterday.
Well, other than the judge, able to string together a purchase here. Seeker's available. We're definitely looking for a response from DRX. Now, though, it's already a 4-round deficit. He'd start chipping away at this cushion that Navi have, and ultimately remove this operator, reforce the purchase of that. Something was showing over the top of the wall there, but Zipan.
I can't fathom what it was, but it cost his life, yeah. Sugetsu's playing in this smoke, and you hear the Seekers used. Flank is going to be coming in from spawn side as Sugetsu gets another. They still have so much control on this site, Mike.
The one thing DRX need to guarantee is that there's some coverage towards showers here.
Navi udah panas nih. Game pertama udah panas Navi,
I mean, the wall goes up to prevent anybody pushing into showers, but as soon as Navi get back towards pipes, it's so difficult for DRX to find any space to work with.
Angel's so paranoid that the hit is B. This is all fake that he just rotated all the way back, concerned for the lurker. Meanwhile, DRX are going to get the There's still showers controlled over Cena, and he could win this round by himself.
Lu tahu dong ada di
Angel still with the ult and Cena still with the op. He's
lu kan
finding another.
Tahu ada di bedroom. Kenapa tidak lu poison aja? Snake bites.
Mako patient, and they're going to drop the orbital strike.
Just to clear out lamps.
Yeah. The feeling, the need to win this round. Stax has gotten it down. It's just Cena, and it's just Cena with the op. Certainly not the weapon you want in a situation like this. He's gotten one. Is he going to be able to get the second? Yes, he does! What a play from Cena!
What is that?
Unreal!
What is that? Replay buruan, replay.
And Cena.
Apaan tuh AWP? Apaan?
A ridiculous second shot for the Red Bull clutch here from CNED. And it's that flash. CNED turns it, but Marco can't swing onto him.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
That is absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, us too, man.
What the hell?
Us too.
What the flick is that?
That's a heartbreaker for DRX. I mean, initially everything was going right for Navi regardless, but
nge-push pakai AWP itu selalu respect, bro. Orang yang nge-push pakai AWP itu full respect, bro. Waduh, di-push.
Walking long here.
Well, they may regret that.
Angel, the tip of the spear once again.
Mati dia.
A little messy here.
Yeah, he may be in some trouble. 11 HP.
Wah, si Net sayang banget.
Somehow stays alive, and of course he's going to regress. And he's going to get a shot at another. Well considered by Stax.
Sayang banget si Netnya nggak mati.
Not able to really pinch from Hookah either, so actually stabilizing this B site hold. Zipan already heading back across to with some support to Sugetsu, but no progress found from Zest just yet. Does have a stinger. There's not going to be anybody inside lamps for him to punish. Seekers won't really paint a clear picture just
Sage-nya
yet.
bukan sembarang Sage ini kan.
Time ticks away.
Waduh. Udah ngeres 2 kali. Navi udah ngeres 2 kali si Sinet.
On the side, sacks the first to challenge.
Wah, Arbi kurang bersinar ini Yorunya, nggak bisa. Kurang agresif Yorunya. Mati dah Arbi dah tuh kan. Arbi mainnya pasif. Udah gue bilang Arbi pakai Yoru tuh apa sih? Yoru, lu kalau lu mau pakai Yoru, lu mesti bisa ngedistract musuh lu cuy. Kalau lu main Yoru tapi lu main pasif, itu useless banget. Itu useless banget. Dari history DRX pernah ketemu Navi belum? Udah ketemu 2 kali.
DRX left scratching their heads. Consistently finding value in the retake as well for Navi.
John, welcome back to welcome to Definition Gold, John. Ini John ini ya. John yang kemarin nih. John siapa ini? Gak bisa agresif bang, gak ada harbor soalnya di komsnya. Lah, dia punya 2 smoker, gak bisa agresif gimana? Kalau Yoru mau agresif mah bisa-bisa aja. Arbi pikir dia 4 second.
Yeah, I mean you shouldn't be down 8-2 at half on the attacking side with this comp. But alas, that's where they find themselves.
Aduh, Arbi. Arbi memble banget aimingnya hari ini. Kemarin lu ganteng Arbi. Game 2 panas ya Arbi ya. Jangan pakai duelis dah.
That dual pronged attack that we were just talking about nullified, blunted.
Mati nih. Mati nih.
Those tools are missing, have to creep their way out. Maybe that's the key.
3,
Zest has already gotten the open around to Angel. No less.
1, 0.
Find anything else though. Xiao tucks himself into tube. But might be rewarded here for Stacks. As he gets the benefit, finds a second.
Stacks sih mantap, tidak mengecewakan dari kemarin. Stacks.
And a better pit this time around. It actually gives DRX some control over a choke point.
Nice ulti.
The previous time that Cena had, maybe not the right weapon in a situation like this, and he made a fool of me. But I can't imagine he can do it again in a pit. In a pit! That's the pit!
What the
He's gonna have to do it with the Phantom, and he cannot as Stacks plays hero for DRX and finally stops the bleeding.
What the?
This is unreal. I mean, you give him a little bit of space, and he takes a mile away.
Dia nge-push pakai AWP tanpa rasa takut, coy.
Maybe a little bit quicker. It almost seems doable for Navi. Beautiful opener from
Insane.
Yeah, the second on there was clean. 45 HP when he peeks back sight there and takes that fight.
First time, really, we've seen DRX lean back on something that worked very well for them yesterday, which is slowing down the rounds where they concede a first blood or 2 in this situation. Rewarded with a 3v5 victory.
Nice! Bus! Nice!
Off the rip here. Yeah. Operator removed.
Nice.
A little aggression from DRX and maybe not a moment too soon.
Nice.
As for as dire as it's looked.
Nice banget itu. Burung dibarengin sama itu. Wah, itu bagus banget. Burungnya bagus banget. Waduh. Mako, nice. Mako, Angel itu ya. Tuh. Oh, mereka plannya di B. Udah rusuh di A, mereka plannya di B. Mantap distractionnya.
Angel and Zipan with mountains to climb.
Memang sebagai duelis beda emang.
I think maybe hear a footstep here. Yeah, he looks ready for this flank to come through. Angel desperate to address that back line.
Angel mati. Boom. Oke, nice.
And the weak get weaker. He's got to deal with orbital strike.
Oh, mati.
Did a lot to get away from it, but he wasn't able to consider RB there.
Well, I mean, an 8-4 half feels like a miracle for DRX here. To be able to get that much on the board after, I mean...
Itu bagus banget agresifnya si Bas sama Stacks. Bagus banget itu buat nge-clear sniper di bedroom. Satchelnya beautiful, man. So beautiful Satchelnya.
We'll see if that's the case. Either way, we've got Golden Boy standing by with Zelsis for an interview. Golden Boy, what's going on, man?
Zelsis? Ngapain Zelsis?
Yeah, give it up for Zelsis, ladies and gentlemen.
Ngapain Zelsis?
Over here. All right, well, we're going to do some good, wholesome analysis. All right, so let's talk about this matchup, man, because it looks like right now Navi, they're running away with it. DRX showing signs of life. What do you make of this game?
I mean, one, I hate buying personally. I don't know how they're playing it, but I mean, they're running the Yoru comp. CNET hit some nice shots, so it's an interesting match so far.
Yeah, and now obviously, you know, this experience is quite an interesting one, right? We have our first NA Valorant event. I mean, look at all these people that are here today. It's incredible. I know that you would love to be up there playing, but I want to get your thoughts. How is it to just be in this atmosphere, man?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I wish I was on the stage, but you guys still make it great. Let me hear you. Yeah!
Yeah!
Love the fans always. Love the stage. It's great to be here.
Now, obviously, everyone's excited about what's to come, you know, moving forward, and I just want to get some thoughts from you, man. How you feeling about, you know, next season? You know, you don't have to say anything right now, but I'm excited to see what happens next for Zelsis. Or is it just going to be you chilling for a little while?
I mean, stay tuned for part 2 of the next movie of VCT Americas.
And I hear the sequel was actually quite good. Quite good. In any case, though, guys, that is going to do it for us here. Guys, one more time, if you don't mind, show love to Zelsis, coming in hot, supporting the boys, and send it back over to the casters to get us ready for this next half.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. Yeah, always good to hear from Zelsis. But Mike, as we turn our attention back to the game, we've got to think about the fact that DRX down 4 with the double duelist comp on defense. I mean, how do you play around this?
I mean, I'm hoping DRX play into something that looked really good from yesterday versus Loud on Ascent particularly, which was proactive plays, right? These set pieces that were literally taking the fight towards a very solid back line where, like I said, it's out of DRX's wheelhouse. It's not usually what we expect them to really fully commit towards, but here you're almost hoping so with this composition. Yeah. I mean, the only other benefit for RB here is early information, you know, benefit from the instant rotation timing, but there's very few positives from what I've seen so far, Doug.
We'll see how they play the Yoru on the side. As you were mentioning, there's just so much value that the Yoru can get off of quick rotates, on being able to check areas of the map and then flip it instantly. So we'll see how they play this. That does not seem to be the case with how they're approaching this early round, though.
Time to jump. Stack spotted early. It looks like on the back of contact, DRX have got something set up at least.
Oh, but he is in a cheeky angle. He's taken the space, flipped over to the other side. Doesn't seem like Navi are concerned with or intent on hitting B.
DRX defender side bisa nih, yuk. Ayo DRX yuk. Pagi Bagas. Terus Bang Devin live pagi. Ini demi nonton PCT ini nih.
That must have been early on. Navi have taken Char's control. They've taken A short control as well. Seems like all 5 focus towards A. See that wall too is going to be so miserable to get through on the pistol.
Wah, di wall tidak.
It gives Navi a very, very comfortable post plant here.
Tidak di wall.
But, I mean, look at the minimap. Look what he's got to overcome to apply any pressure.
And he really can't make a move until the wall gets cleared.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's just going to be him against the world. And you see once again in these pistol rounds, it's just so labored. It's so tedious to get through that wall. They finally break a panel, but now what? The spike's been ticking away for 20 seconds. RB is still sitting in the teleporter. CNET gets overwhelmed as DRX have found some space. Shao handling the first, 31 HP. Buzz had it. I don't think he did get half, but that's all he's able to get so far. Shao still alive. Angel left in a 1v1. Zest is going to be able to take it all the way unless Angel swings out, and he does. Navi get the pistol.
Oh no.
Find their 9th, and DRX just a little slow to respond to getting that wall dealt
Kalau
with.
PRX enggak loh. Gue nggak bisa nonton mau jam 3 pagi juga. Kalau jam 5 gue masih bisa nonton lah match keduanya gitu kan.
With the game plan from Navi here. A while since we've seen
Tapi kalau jam 2 jam 3 nggak bisa coy.
A Sage reliant pistol round strat like this, but it pays off for Navi.
It took us all the way back to early Valorant days, huh? We've gone prehistoric.
There's almost a moment there where the wall becomes Navi's demise, other than the paint shell from Zipan getting posted over the top.
Ooh, what are you going to do here? Sugetsu's here on the other side, only has a ghost.
Sugetsu 4 orang nge-push A, gila.
On the thrifty rounds where they're able to push forward as a group and find an opener or an advantage
Navi.
with lesser weaponry.
Cabut.
I really like how DRX
Cabut.
they did after the kill too. Instantly send 2 through teleporter, see what else is going on the map. When you're starved for weaponry, information is key. And that's what they're trying to play around, but Mako falls.
Nice.
RB managing
a response.
Yeah,
Nice RB.
Tries for the second. GOXLR a little beaten and battered. That's all it is for now. Once again from Navi,
Itu Stacks sudah lead banget itu.
And DRX with just not the right tools to dispose of it.
Be chipping away. Will eventually fall.
Dikikis pakai pisau.
3v4, Xiao barely clinging to life here, but Zipan will find a response.
Nice.
After the first couple of shots go air, and it ultimately
Aduh,
just connects. CNED
itu lead banget padahal.
And Lamps too.
Oh,
it's gone down to a 1v1. Mike, how the heck are we here? RB's weak. He's so weak.
One tap.
Read it though. I think Zipan's backed up towards short. Might even be able to get the half here though.
Yeah, but Zipan has plenty of time, right? RB's pulled off. He's grabbed a weapon, Mike. Oh.
Off angle, salah angle aja itu. Salah angle aja itu, salah angle.
Of NAVI that doesn't reward DRX fully for that early round aggression.
Yeah.
Don't get an upgrade, don't retrieve a rifle from that situation.
Salah angle ngeliatnya salah angle.
Able to steady the ship. Moment there, I mean, Mako not catching Angel underneath the smoke. A couple of situations go another way, and
nice.
Maybe poised to take that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
It just barely goes their way. We'll see what the play is here. Is DRX with a much better buy. This time around, Stacks is close to having his Seekers. RB's a little bit close. It's perhaps halfway there, but see what the setup is. We saw this previously too.
Stacks kecil. Oh, nice banget.
Making opportunities for himself and
nice RB, nice flash. Nice flash, nice aim, nice positioning, nice map control, and aduh baru dipuji nge-waifu, Palu udah dapat advantage loh.
Definitely overstayed his welcome.
Set.
Navi, you know, you talked so much about Navi's playstyle in the first half. You see some of it here and how they're slowing things down so much. And min-maxing too, getting the orb, getting Xiao one step away from his ult.
The other thing is as well, they come into this, what, 3 rifles, 2 pistols, they're now basically 1 man down, yes, but Stacks and Zest, very squishy targets right now.
30 seconds left.
Stacks in particular, 5 HP. You look at him funny and he's dead.
They will spot Zest. Now if they get solid information off that, as the ping comes through, yeah, Zipan's
nice.
going to swing onto it. Zest will find it though.
Nice.
Hang on, Navi have found responses.
It's a 2v2. Xiao's still so weak and somehow still alive.
Waduh.
But they're so convinced that there are other people here. They have to delay for just a moment. And that's going to buy DRX just enough time to rotate. But what do they do with it? Do they flood? Do they go? Buzz has a
Jalanlah.
Mako with a molly.
Jangan takut, tarik manis.
Xiao's completely disconnected from sight here, leaving Sugetsu in a position to maybe thread back through elbow.
Interesting too, with Xiao as weak as he is, you think maybe you put him out there as a sacrificial lamb, get some info and trade off of it.
Molly's going to slow down the peak from elbow.
He's gotten it to half. He's going to sink the whole way. Mike, he's going to sink the whole way!
Kelar dong, Bang.
Right under their noses!
Waduh. Waduh.
I mean, like I said, the molly prevents the swing from elbow, but Xiao.
Pros don't fake. Kelar. Gak di-pick soalnya low HP itu yang jaga di long.
I mean, not a jiggle. Not a jump peek, not a shoulder throw, nothing.
And DRX
Pros don't fake, bro.
The dice maybe, but like I said, that molly absolutely pivoted that situation. You can see it's
Kocek ya, bro. At least jiggle pick, bro. At least jiggle pick, bro.
Questions abound, but there's not enough time to answer him as Navi and DRX take us right back into the 16th round. Still a 5-round lead for the attacking side.
Oh, udah ngeliat si Sinet. Ada yang ke portal.
Xiao and Sugetsu are okay.
TP through towards Showers. See on the minimap, guns trained on that location for the time being. Going to keep Navi, I guess, stuck in this widespread default a little longer. Conscious maybe that DRX have got a set piece to roll out or a trap plate.
Masa lu harus nge-carry mulu, Ijel ya? Kan ini Navi ya, bukan tim Angel ya? Bener ya, Ijel ya? Ijel.
Yeah, a ton of information as well. The smokes here on A side will confirm it.
And as soon as there's confirmation, he can flip. RB just went through teleporter. He has a gate crash that's back up and spawn.
Zipan.
instantly flips, and that buys just enough time to Navi have to deal with what's happening on the teleporter. As we saw earlier in the round, that deep wall into pipes is going to cause problems.
Sinet agak maksa. Sinet maksa. Sinet maksa banget. Maksa banget.
Zest with Pit up in heaven though.
Yang ngorbanin nyawanya buat ngeplan tuh. Udah deh, nggak ada sentinel deh. Ngeliat tadi.
Surprised they're waiting this long to commit to something. Just want to be cautious about how they do it and just take the space. Not
coming as well.
Suigetsu lagi mau line up, coy. Suigetsu mau line up nih, coy.
They are taking their dear sweet time, Mike. They haven't even gotten it to half at this point. Nice. They haven't established enough control. Mako's got 3 on the round, but at what cost?
Nice, dapat.
It's gonna be so close. Oh, it's gonna be
jauh,
so close.
jauh.
1 second.
Jauh, 1 detik mah jauh.
Once again, burning the midnight oil.
So close tuh 0,1 tuh baru so close.
I mean, you think with the molly going through, as soon as the snake bite lands, I think ahead of the half.
Navi langsung time out. Muka Brimel lagi kayak gitu lagi. Muka Brimel lagi kayak, hi guys, what's up? Don't mind me. Gitu, muka Brimel.
Brimstone jawline there for just a moment as Navi called timeout. And perhaps feeling the situation slipping away.
Dukung siapa bang? Asia Pride lah bro, Pacific Pride, APEC Pride, DRX.
On B and then that just
Brimel awkward iya.
We're just
hi guys.
away from closing this map out, and DRX continue to pounce.
I mean, you can't even really fault the decision. Again, Angel throws out the molly nice and early. It's again, maybe that's on the back of contact or Zipan feeling the pinch towards
comeback yuk.
They want to start buying time then, but then a couple of over-commitments to those early peaks. You let that utility buy the time for you. Force DRX even deeper into the smokes potentially. More showers all towards short.
I mean, especially in a situation like that, when 1
Aduh,
second
belum
was all the
ada
difference.
sarapan gua jam segini mah.
Sure, I didn't even actually notice where Sugetsu's first snake bite went. If it was, this is part of the execution, I believe, actually towards pipes when the wall goes up. Nonetheless, DRX find their 6th. Navi able to string together a purchase here.
Oh, that shot was gross.
I don't even know. They have an
Goreng.
DRX felt as if they had that one. They were just hanging around on site staring at each other.
You got this? We good? Viper Spit still in play for Zest. RB with his ult. Navi, I mean, doesn't even have the package in tow right now. Seems like they want to feel out the map, see what info they can get. 2 rifles here, so they've invested some.
Shao looking to make this work pretty early on here. Buzz did spot out a couple of bodies on the other side of things. Trailblazer to pinch through here. Might even catch it. I don't think Shao's stunned.
He's crunched, though. Yeah, RB's able to clean him up. They have pressure coming in from the other side via Buzz.
Another beautiful proactive play from DRX to find a first blood here on the defense.
Ulti di short biar cepet.
Yeah, Angel's going to have that in hand now.
Cena checking the flank. Meanwhile, the rest of Navi have taken showers. Molly to delay for just a moment. It seems like they're still thinking this through. I mean, not liking what they're seeing, not liking what they're feeling, eh? They're going to try to flip B.
Still plenty of time left on the clock. 30 seconds. More than enough. Their comfort zone almost.
Yeah.
But Marco has already made his way across here. CNED's spotted out in hookah. That's going to be the green light here.
Oh, he's got to be careful. That flash up high is so good, though. As RB's able to get the first CNED on the trade, though. Mako filling the space behind and stacks that 1-2 punch is just too much.
DRX clawing their way back into this one, Doug. Just 3 rounds separating them now. The crowd finally feeling a reason to get behind them.
DRX,
Good reason too. I mean, you think about that last round there, it was that dynamic duo of Mako and Buzz, and I mean, really all of them just played exceptionally well yesterday, but there were massive hero moments. Stacks there, huge play. The proactivity that you mentioned at the beginning of the round, Mike, is what feels like the biggest difference as DRX are starting to show signs of life.
Here's how far down the rabbit hole they go with that.
It doesn't seem like there's any of it here.
You know, RB again gets himself into a position to make a play. We just haven't really seen DRX commit to it too often. Stacks will be heard on the jump spot. Trailblazer to come through. Should be the signal for him.
Aduh, flashnya gagal karena ada slow orb. Dia TP balik.
Trap play towards long.
They've
got a couple of tools here too, and not just the element of surprise when it comes to aggression. DRX, 3 ults here. I mean, you imagine RB investing. You've got one of them already used by Stack. Zest patiently waiting and rewarded as RB's able to get another. Invested 2 ults. What more do they drop? Is RB still causing problems? See, those flashes have been so effective, but Xiao able to put him down. As you see, things start to settle though. I mean, it paints a grim picture, Mike. Xiao left in a 1v3.
30 seconds left.
Navi's still trying to hang on to this 3-round lead, but the last couple of rounds have just not gone their way, and this seems to be no different.
Kelihatan ya Frontier Odinnya juga bagus kini, keren cuma malasnya Sheriffnya doang. Odinnya juga bagus kan gua pakai. Nice one, Stacks. Comeback Israel boys, let's go.
Well handled too. Stacks.
Ini game keberapa? Game pertama.
Swung a little bit behind it too, just to make sure the 1v1 wasn't isolated. Didn't give Xiao a chance to pull off.
Gua abis game ini mau cari cemilan dulu ah, lapar.
4 rounds in a row now for DRX.
Kalau bangun jam segini kenapa lapar guys ya?
And the hole there is just gorgeous.
Kita ngambil biskuit dulu
RB has looked so
pagi.
good.
They looked fantastic yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming up clutch in a
Coach pusing, coach. Coach pusing, coach.
On Dubro's face. Light investment here to, well, definitely packs a punch. RB going exploring
here. Timing.
He instantly throws it in reverse.
Timing sekali.
Get away.
And get some info, I guess.
Yeah. The other thing as well, I mean, DRX very quickly adjusted towards kind of
DRX kapan main nih? Lusa. DRX mainnya masih lusa.
I feel like that's what they've dialed
Tanggal
into
10.
defense as well. I just want to prevent Navi from getting favorable numbers on site. Yesterday, a number of rounds on defense, but they were happy to save us 3. Yeah, they hit the side that we only had 2 on. There's no point going for it.
Right, yeah. Cut our losses, look to fight another day.
This early round information is very important.
Lihat deh pisaunya.
I mean, Navi have shown a willingness
Pisaunya si Angel tadi. Nih, lihat pisaunya nih.
Now with a little over 45 seconds left, it seems like that's going to be the case.
Line up. Smoke.
Orb headed back, but
nice
Buzz
bus.
there to greet.
Aduh, kena dong.
Nowhere to go from here. Angel's still playing over back by B, but they have Shower's control. You see the flash out from Xiao, but they haven't pushed out past it. Now they're going to pick out Angel as an ult. Are they going to pull this off, Mike?
What?
All they had was Sheriffs and, yeah, I believe 2 Guardians. They haven't grabbed anything else.
What?
Is that going to be enough? It very well may be. Unless Zest can make something happen, and he's already gotten 2 big ones.
Oh,
Seekers
nice.
invested, Zest with 3. Zipan left alone.
Zipan di U-Haul.
They flip it back
U-Haul. U-Haul. U-Haul.
And will be spotted with the ultimate flash.
Nice.
The very last second.
Nice defense.
3 left standing.
Fnatic besok nonton nggak?
The first half, a financial cushion. DRX have definitely got
Fnatic match jam 2 nggak nonton gua, nggak bisa.
Yeah, they're doing just fine.
And they're about to tie things up, Doug.
Nice.
Navi made a run at that round.
Nice.
For a little while there.
Nice.
Uncomfortably close, but again, heroics from
Nice. Nice Zest.
Stacks, animated, ready to go.
Beautiful.
This looks more like the DRX we saw yesterday.
Beautiful, nice. Beautiful.
A little more energetic on stage as well. Always a factor for DRX. Navi, Mental Strike and a Res available here. Difficult to really find value with that on the attack, especially if DRX are going to tuck themselves into sight. Buzz actually now operator in hand.
Epic. Pasti nggak mau nge-pick. Nggak mau nge-pick kan lo?
Does still actually have RB here
3.
in support.
Waduh. RB maksudnya apa tuh RB kalau boleh tahu tuh?
Behind the Trailblazer.
Yeah, very similar to the setup that we saw in Octagon at the opening of the half.
Aduh.
Someone there with him. As soon as there's contact, he drops the flash and swings out. Those Yoru flash is so difficult to turn.
Navi are creeping behind this wall though. Marco's going to have his hands full.
Is there going to be enough for him to know? I mean, they've taken so much space without really showing much of anything, but as soon as that wall goes down, they're going to be segmented. They're going to be divided.
1.
Buzz can still deny the first attempt at the plant here.
Hawks out.
The spike hasn't even made its way out of short yet. Gonna use the brim smokes to swing out behind.
Oh, smokesnya cukup unik ya. Smokesnya menarik smokesnya.
It's tempting, it's tantalizing, and it's considered, but he hasn't gotten to it yet. He hasn't committed, just buying his time as Navi's still playing around through short. See that res online, orbital strike used, Buzz trying to reposition as Navi or Gar starting to get some kills.
Zipan. Nggak sempat nge-quick scope tuh.
And Mako causing problems. It's Mako and Zest, the two controllers, and Mako's getting up really far by himself. 13 seconds left. They're going to have to make a move for this, and Zest is going to be ahead of it.
Zest. I don't think he's going to catch him on the dropout, though.
It's going to be so quick. It's going to be so close. No utility for Zest.
Nice.
It's already fallen. Shao getting the spike down.
2v1, 2v1. Under heaven, under heaven.
Winnable one at that.
Shao posting up underneath Hookah.
Under heaven, under heaven.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Aduh, Zest nggak ngeliat, Zest nggak ngeliat.
Repositioning, finding a cushion, finding some space. Perhaps a second lease on life as he's gotten it down to one. A dangerous move there as he takes the knife out.
Mako.
One step further back. Shao now spotted the flash up top. Does he dare swing? Mako bold on it. On the tap, 38 HP.
Oh my god.
17 now, and Mako's still healthy. But Shao can just continue to tempt, continue to tease, continue to bait on the swing, and
Mako, let's go!
He's gonna have no time for the defuse too! Mako plays that beautifully!
Let's go!
Unreal!
Let's go, Mako.
Ridiculous. Shao
nice
able to close out a second round from the same position.
I mean, I don't know if he would have won that. Yeah, I mean,
not so sure.
Yeah, I'm keeping it a buck with you guys. I don't think so.
It's Mako.
Man,
blinded padahal.
Off of the flash.
Tapi blindednya nggak full karena depan mata sih. Dia sempat kayak nge-flick gitu dikit, jadi nggak gitu lama efek blindednya.
For DRX.
Comeback Israel bro, 10 bro. 3 skor lagi bisa yuk. Jangan OT dah, masa game pertama udah OT udah kayak game gua aja.
We have the showstopper here.
Ini last match ya, Vin? Iya, last match, tapi ini game pertama.
I like this
nice.
Trailblazers. Zipan's able to get one, Sugetsu does too.
Nggak mati itu. Waduh, Zipan marah. Zipan marah. Zipannya marah.
Pace is what they needed. They inject a little bit of it. Buzz on the counter though, and once again, ambitious and bold. And this time,
bingung, Basnya bingung mau ulti kemana. Udah dijaga semua. Bas bingung, ulti kebuang sia-sia, bukannya tahan aja buat next round ya. Aduh. Pagi Aska.
Finally a response from Navi, a beautiful pace change.
Gila itu flick Zipan ngeri banget.
How far can they take this though? Will force the timeout of DRX. Probably fairly exhausted after that string of rounds.
Yeah.
Time out.
How close of a map it's been. They throw the brakes on it for just a moment. Honestly, that buys Navi enough time too to think through how things have gone and what they saw in that previous round. And you mentioned it, Zipan was the hero in that round. His entry out onto the side, and yes, it was helped by Shao's Trailblazers. Sugetsu got an opener on there too as they were funneling towards B. But it was well handled, and you know, in situations like this, I mean, yeah, you look towards CNED, but eyes turn towards Zipan as well.
Sure, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's repeatable as well with the showstopper being able to, I guess, create enough pressure that send DRX scrambling towards safe positions. But
very
the
nice
pace itself is something that could be a good remedy to what DRX have been trying to do, set up these close trap plays up on long. Haven't really fought for Hookah too much, to be honest. Haven't really been anchored from backside on B. I'm curious if Navi continue this trend.
Tim jagoan lu di VC kali ini siapa aja Bang Devin? Di VCT.
You see a tablet on your screen, it tells the entire story. It's been quite the emotional roller coaster. As DRX claw their way back into this.
Fnatic, EG, sama sih kayak Master kemarin.
Ada
EDG juga.
The openers, Buzz finds value with the op, CNED with the trade
nice trade.
And they've taken so much space from Hookah already, Mike. But DRX want to fight. They're going to try to fight this right into the team.
Oh, untung mati si Stex.
What Navi was doing. And now they're stuck.
Nice. 4v2 nih kan. Senggol dong. Ya, dia tahu nggak ya ada Zest di situ? Oh, tahu, dia tahu. Dia tahu ada yang TP.
Xiao and Angel left to try and recover this round.
Dia tahu, mereka berdua tahu TP.
A 2v4 would be nothing short of a miracle. Especially with Marco. Getting himself tucked into showers now.
And they're going to get out quietly. And the smoke might be the only thing that tips their presence. You mentioned Mako. He's the one who's here. Does he boldly fight? Does he wait for reinforcements? Seems to be patient on this one. Angel taking a step back. No Molly to play with. Just concerned, paranoid for what could be coming around. You hear the footsteps, the flash out from Xiao to buy some time, to create some space.
DRX taking a sweet time on this. Marco maybe considering the fact that there's a molly in play here from Angel.
Yeah. I love it though. Given these numbers, he's opportunistic on the repositioning. He's going to try to pinch in. Xiao on the flash. You see the tap through. Angel's already gotten onto one. But there's still so much to do, and it's all falling onto Xiao. A 1v2 now.
Waduh.
A 1v1 now.
Waduh, bang.
7 bullets. Zest halfway. Xiao on the swing, and it's wide.
Popping swing.
NAVI map point of 3K for Xiao.
Swing. Di popping
swing.
Popping swing. Dajjal popping swing.
It felt like it took an eternity for DRX to actually group for that retake. I said Marco's got to be thinking there's a molly at play here. Or
Lu lihat nih, popping swing.
Right the way back out of showers towards
di popping swing.
The rest of DRX are barely out of pipes or heaven. That gives Navi map point here. DRX still healthy in terms of their purchase. I mean, other than that, see, I'll take that right back. A Bulldog and a Judge here. Buzz and RB. No ultimates available for them. The other side, Seekers up for Xiao after that clutch.
Oh, RB with the Judge up close. He finds
Nice
value.
RB. Nice.
I mean, stays alive with a sliver of health. 6 HP, but the damage is done. And honestly, when you've got a Judge and a Bulldog in a situation like that, you'll take what you can get.
RB trying to reset back towards 8. Marco and Buzz don't think...
Smoke aja sih. Mako.
Heavy presence or short. Now he has.
Smoke aja smoke. Aduh, dia kena molly-nya sendiri dong.
Allows them to start to rotate over. You see Zest has already made his way back towards A. Mako still playing around the smoke and staying alive somehow undetected.
Waduh, Bas mati. Bas mati sama Snake's bite.
Seeing it and Sugetsu, the only two that remain. Yeah, they still have the spike in tow, and yeah, they still have some time, but they're so painfully outnumbered, Mike. And RB was patient.
Siap-siap RB.
The entire time he's upgraded the weapon. He has the spike. Wisely doesn't peek into the fight again. I mean, that is discipline if I've ever seen it.
4v1 nih, bos. Masa kalah?
Reveal his position. Give him a chance at one of these taps. We know what Sugetsu's capable of.
Aduh.
Yep, he's capable.
Nice.
He was capable enough to get one, and that's all it was. But DRX not going away.
Apakah OT atau GG, guys? OT atau GG?
RB's ultimate.
Wah, ini intens sih. Ya elah. Makin lama dah gua ngambil cemilannya nih. Dor.
2 away from the res and the orbital strike. Zipman not too far away from the showstopper either.
Truth.
Round 24 will be the last.
Yeah, didn't you have a ton of OTs yesterday? Are you the problem?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
We'll see if DRX can take us there. The ult from RB right at the beginning of the round. And
wow.
I mean, the info has been gathered.
Yeah, that's info.
Yep.
But, no, you don't.
Please don't.
Surely you don't.
No. Right. Okay, nice. Gue pikir dia bakalan muncul di situ.
Yeah.
Honestly,
he was thinking about that, man.
I really like that though, because you see how Navi, as soon as they saw that ult and as soon as they saw the flash, they started to pull rotates back. Right? They started to try to congregate around that ult. And ultimately, DRX doesn't take any space or any info with it, but you imagine a situation where they get deeper positioning down long, deeper positioning in hookah too.
If this is a round where Buzz is on operator, you can post them up very deep outside showers. Doesn't come through though.
What it does.
Aduh, Navi punya 2 ulti, meanwhile DRX tidak punya ulti untuk nge-wave Angel dengan Guardiannya.
Intentional peek from RB there. Swung out with his knife in hand, it looked like. Rewarded nonetheless.
Zipan.
Seen it 2 away from the res, so needs a kill and this orb to get Angel back on his feet.
Zipan, pasti si Sinet mau ngambil orb nih. Gue yakin banget Sinet mau ngambil orb.
DRX. Gonna try to deny that. And
Zinet nggak ngambil orb.
Zippen's fallen. CNED still hasn't been able to get the orb. You see the teleport through as they start to rotate back. Everyone from DRX is here. And it's a miserable situation for Navi.
GG's.
Miserable for Sugetsu, and it's just not enough. We're going the distance.
Beautiful recovery from DRX after felt like a very, very flat first
ultinya nggak kepake sama si Viper.
I mean, late in that second half, Navi gets to map point. It seems like it's over.
Ketat banget kita na dalam.
Man, they're showing some grit.
Ah, Shin Taeyong senang. Shin Taeyong udah lega.
Coming to round 25.
Round 25.
Operator coming out on either side. Obviously, did see CNED and Buzz employing it.
Yeah.
On the defense. A little bit harder with.
Nggak nih, udah nih. 14-12 kelar katanya mah. Siapapun yang menang ronde ini menang game. Percaya sama gua. Siapapun yang menang ronde ini menang game.
His own flash.
Yeah, not quite deep enough, but the orb gathered by Buzz.
Early win for DRX.
Where do they go from here?
Working towards the showstopper. Yeah. If he finds 2 kills, he's going to have to throw it out almost or create pressure with it.
And you wonder too, even, you make a really good point because he doesn't have satchels. You wonder if that was just intended to deny it from them.
Yeah.
Right? Deny it from whoever could be playing from Navi and Showers. Because they showed a lot of presence towards that in the first half.
Well, definitely the intention towards the B orb.
Smoke's down.
Japan's already preemptive.
Ya DRX improve banget sih dibandingin Master kemarin. Master kemarin dia lawan tim Eropa memble banget.
They just have no Showers control.
Sekarang DRX ngelawan NAVI, ngelawan
If this is how they
kemarin
that
first
Trailblazer's
match-nya.
going to clear things out though, and RB's gone all the way in, and he's all the way in by himself.
Wah.
The flash off of it, and the flick from
RB
Sugetsu's
offside, RB offside, pokoknya TP
How have Navi
balik.
stabilized through this? How have they maintained control of the site?
Actually, yeah, it does get Marco off the plant here, so forcing a second attempt at it. Maybe even a third. Doesn't get caught with that satchel though.
No, not punished in the window, as small as it was. Sax now with Showers control. Mako has fallen, a 4v2 in favor of Navi this time.
Aduh, Sugetsu.
Navi can take their time, man. They have so much control and they have so much time. The flash not getting anything. This one will. You see it, Zest. Turn to the corner and it's beautiful.
Nice. Nice, Zest. Ulti.
Showers
nice.
just on the tap. Reconsiders it. He's going to get it to halfway. He's going to get it all the way. Mikey's going to take it the whole way. Another stolen defuse!
Oh my god! Gigi, dah Navi menang.
They can't punish
Capek banget.
I can't believe it.
Pagi
You
sih.
think there, the pit is the one thing that flips it back into DRX's favor almost. But it is their demise.
I cannot believe it. And Stacks, what, half a second?
Stacks kurang agresif
with
itu.
The shorty. You can't really fault
Zest sudah bekerja keras banget itu sumpah. Zest sudah kerja keras banget, bos. Nggak bohong gua.
In the other situation, you feel like the pit seals the deal for DRX.
We saw this set up a lot on DRX's defensive side. As soon as there's contact, Stacks takes a little bit of damage. RB with the flash and the swing. But he's slowed. I mean, surely he doesn't dare swing in a situation like this, right?
Double flash here?
What?
Double flash is beautiful, but
Wah,
it's a 1-for-1.
Yeah, it's just...
RB udah gila.
Seen it, the one falling
Dapat
on side
satu.
Navi, though.
Say, removing the wall, maybe.
Ultinya nggak nyampe ke spike sih itu. Iya, karena dia ultinya dari U-Haul. Susah lah.
Buzz has gone exploring elsewhere on the map. Shao seemingly aware of the possibility, but when does Buzz make a move? This is good information, though, because it allows DRX to fully commit towards the other 3 members being here on B site.
Absolutely. I think you're right. The one question is, does Buzz make a move? How patient is he? Because right now, I mean, he's got him controlled. He's got him corralled. 30 seconds. And the silence on the spike, that flash.
30 detik udah pasti komit B. 1, 2, 3. Go. 20 detik. Komit. Lo udah lihat. Nice, Mako. Ya, OT lagi dong, Bang. OT lagi. Makin lama dah gue nyemilnya dah.
A chance to recover after NAVI steal away the defuse. Convert the response stacks. Look at a little anti on stage there. Perfectly timed. Yeah, I mean, the site hold stands up to the test regardless, but see the patience.
Seru bang 13 sama gini bang.
Fixated on market.
Nah, gue pikir lo nonton Secret Invasion.
Udah kelar bang.
Oh, udah kelar. Oh, ini baru ngeliat lo.
Iya.
Intens kok.
There's Mako and Stacks again holding that site there.
Duh, endingnya
Stacks not top fragging for DRX.
Gue bilang flop kan endingnya.
Iya.
Awalnya bagus kan? Iya, gue udah bilang awalnya bagus, endingnya flop. Biasa Marvel kan gitu, budgetnya banyak di awal, habis di akhir, jadi dipercepat semuanya. Dibikin anti climax. Aduh, ayo sampai 30 jangan. Gue lapar. Abis ini Xtreem, kagak dong.
14-15 sih. 14-15.
Lo nggak tidur dong Jok jadinya hari ini Jok?
13-15 apa?
Lo nggak tidur dong?
Enggak.
Karena lo mesti record kan nanti.
Betul.
Mampus.
Habis record turu bentar.
Nggak ada tuh turu bentar tuh.
Turu bentar bisa bang.
Hilang itu.
Kelar paling jam 2.
You got Stacks ready there for the flash.
Turu sampai jam 7.
7 pagi maksud lo kan? Nggak, bangun-bangun jam 2, nobar lagi dah lu. Rusak udah rusak.
Rusak jam tidur.
Rusak udah jam tidur.
This is interesting too because when we had this conversation previously, it was because of the investment of the satchels that we thought, well, maybe that's not it. But it's just a dump of utilities
Flash juga
to deny
bagus,
the
Flash.
early grab of it and then rotate off.
But maybe this is a read actually for DRX.
The Flash.
It's
Iya,
DC on the other side of it.
Yeah, sure.
Don't progress deeper.
Lu nontonnya di mana? Di Disney Plus.
Yeah, very good point.
Oh, gue nontonnya yang ilegal.
Look at the confirmation now.
Yeah.
With the wall up in hookah. Again, maybe the indication they're reading instances, this is the lighter side of the formation. CNED's desperately trying to prevent any progress into hookah.
Tuh ngecek YouTube udah gak ada notif lagi. Halo STEDMAN.
See that wall?
Mati dah lo Senet dah. Oh enggak,
just to
mati.
clear out short.
Investment utility doesn't catch though. CNED to weather the storm.
Lari ambil snack, gue mesti nyari dulu. Lari orang gue kagak tahu snacknya di mana.
Actually sent Xiao back towards A. DRX have done great to deny avoid confirmation.
Aduh, kalang gol.
CNED. CNED's a trap. As soon as the wall goes down, his life goes too. Mako able to clean him up. Angel Flash, he can't see a damn thing. Dancing around.
Nice ARGB.
Unreal. DRX have cracked the site wide open. Now NAVI have shown up with reinforcements, but it's too little too late. They still aren't their way out on site. As the crowd comes to life once more, DRX looking to take the lead.
Oh, ini nggak kelihatan ya off angle di situ ya. Pikir bisa
But they're
kelihatan.
far from done.
3, 2,
Still some
1.
pesky members of the defense up.
3, 2, 1.
Cung. It seems like an unwinnable situation, but the demand is there.
1.
The ask could not be greater. And it seems like they're
buta.
crumbling in the face of it. That's exactly what
Yeah,
they do.
nice.
DRX
Yo, DRX ya, go. Lapar. Time out lagi, lama. Udah lah, nggak perlu time out kocak. Udah overtime pakai time out tuh menghilangkan momentum tim.
Kan dia lagi kalah.
Nggak bisa, itu lagi menang jadi kalah. Ini coba, ini kalau sampai kalah NAVI gara-gara time out coachnya.
For the first time, it's a 4-man push in. You see the frustration here from CNED because it's just the timing on the wall. DRX, he said down to the second.
You know, to go back to avoiding the flash from RB, it feels like we've had a lot of that in this map. Just misdirection, right? Off of lack of info or the denial of info has just been so good. That's what leads us to this point. NAVI calling a timeout in overtime as they find themselves in a position that honestly, Mike, given how the map went, I didn't expect us to be here.
GG nih udah GG nih. Fix Navi kalah gara-gara timeout. Fix.
To start things here on bind. An understatement to say the least. But here we are, nonetheless, an opportunity for them to close out map 1 of this series. And we were saying this was a question mark to kick things off here in the best of 3, but didn't think it would go this long, that's for sure.
No. Draw, mata kau draw. Ini coba lucu ya, bisa draw ya. F5. Draw. Oh, langsung bingung tuh. Satu ini bingung. Loh kok draw? Langsung technical timeout dah. Karena ini gue masak udah habis. Iya cuy, gue juga lapar nih. Nyemil. Kenapa ya pagi-pagi ya?
Ini gue
kenapa?
You wonder if you can't imagine he was spotted there. Angel clears out the dog. CNET still able to hold that line.
Puta dah lu.
Off of the flash, no swing.
Lo lihat nih guys ya. Gara-gara timeout CNET AWP-nya nge-whiff. Pokoknya salah coachnya nih kalau sampai CNET nge-whiff AWP.
Finally the rotation comes through, but timing's a little off with Navi looking as if they want to slip through the TP.
RB's gonna have a lot to do here.
Same with Buzz.
And they're gonna satchel out, they're gonna flash, Buzz falls.
Wah, pasti lucu.
What can RB do? I mean, you can't imagine much in the face of all of that Viper utility. And even more piled on.
Bang.
I thought he was gonna swing in front through the molly, but he doesn't. Swings back around, Sugetsu cleans him up. You see the defenses for DRX crumbling, but stacks with 2.
3v3.
Trying to right the ship, trying to bring it back.
Winnable. 3v2. Winnable.
Mako gets another.
3v2 winnable. Lu tahu dua-duanya ada di mana dong? U-Haul dan
and they have no duelists to go with it. They have no duelists to take the fight to Navi's doorstep.
Winnable. Lu lihat kan? Lu lihat kalah gara-gara coachnya nih. Lu lihat. Lu lihat kalah gara-gara coach. Lu lihat kalah gara-gara coach. Gue bilang jangan time out kalau lagi overtime. Biarin mereka main.
Navi just unable to buy enough time in that final round, Doug.
Salah coachnya ini, pakai nge-time out. Momentum timnya jadi hilang, hei. Gigi dah, mantap DRX. Keren lu, bisa face to face, side by side. Apa? Kalau menang udah masuk playoff, udah langsung. Siapapun yang menang masuk playoff. Bukan per break kata pasti. Saatnya gue cari cemilan. Ntar, kan full screen, mute, play song. Ntar guys ya, cari cemilan dulu, lapar.
Mako and Buzz.
Berempat udah peluk-pelukan, yang satu masih diffuse. Ya iya, soalnya kalau mereka berlima peluk-pelukan gak di diffuse, gak jadi kelar game bang. Gimana? Makan apa? Kan kue tiao gua. Dipanasin dulu tapi. Pagi edit. DRX spesialis comeback. DRX bukan spesialis comeback. DRX itu spesialis defender. Cakep banget ya translator dah. Translator Korea cakep banget. Udah selesai. Game pertamanya udah selesai. Sekarang masuk ke game kedua. Yinsu Collins. Lagi needs. Next map apa? Lupa gue tadi. Map apa lupa gue. Predict with channel point. Predict. Gue akan vote DRX menang. Poin gue 54.239. All in. All in 54.239 DRX. Let's go. Hilang tuh poin, bodo amat. Dulu DRX master util post plan padahal. Iya, si Mako tuh. Sekarang mereka udah nggak gitu sering line up sih. Lebih main aman aja. Siapa yang menang? Yang tadi yang menang DRX. Tebak skor map 2. Oh, tuh split tuh. Split map 2-nya. Tebak skor, most likely skornya 13-10. Gimana pin gambaran nanti di split kira-kira? Si paling bisa gue memprediksi. Oke, agent picknya split. Kemungkinan besar RB jadi Killjoy. Obviously Race masih dipegang sama Buzz. Sofa atau Brim, Mako Brim kemungkinan lagi. Sofa bisa aja dijadi pakai sama Stacks. Terus satunya lagi double smoker sih feeling gue. Feeling gue double smoker lagi sih di split. Either itu Astra atau nggak mungkin Omen Brim sih. Omen Brim itu nggak efisien. Astra Brim atau double initiator. Sofa Fate. Udah ada yang pernah pakai deadlock di turnamen? Belum bisa pakai deadlock di turnamen. Tahun depan baru bisa. Set 8 kah bang di situ? Set 8 apaan? Split Mako antara Astra Viper Omen dong, nggak mungkin Brim. Loh, kenapa nggak mungkin Brim? Buat ngancurin ulti Killjoy pakai apa? Kalau nggak Brim, Sova. Itu doang. Pasti mereka tuh pasti ada counternya. Enggak sih, ini pasti ada Sky deh. Kalau di split lebih enak Sky sih dibandingin Sova. Atau Fate. Navi emang pasti pakai Killjoy kah? Gak tahu ya. Kalau gua nggak pernah mantauin Navi sih. Tapi kalau misalnya ada Killjoy, harusnya ada Sova atau Brim. Kalau misalnya nggak ada, aku mungkin pakai tuh RB pakai Killjoy kan bener? Oh, si ini pakai Sugetsu. Sky bener ya, Sky buat inisiator, RB pakai Killjoy. Viper Omen. Pokoknya Omen sama Brim nggak mungkin dipakai ini. Mako Omen, Zes, Viper. Agak Mako Omen. Viper Zes. Katanya di Champion sudah bisa dipakai bang, si Deadlock. Belum bisa dipakai, belum. Patchnya masih patch sebelum Deadlock setahu gue dah. Dari kemarin nggak ada yang pakai Deadlock soalnya. Split Omen Astra lebih better dari Brim buat retake. Itu pakai tapi dia nggak pakai Astra, pakainya si Viper. Nice try. Kok bisa patchnya telat gitu? Emang sengaja, karena kan mereka latihannya pakai patch yang itu. Mereka belum latihan pakai patch Deadlock. Kalau misalnya Deadlock di enable, nanti kan udah ada adjustment lagi tuh. Gitu loh.
On the attacking side, you see a heavy lean towards A early, and it's just the Cypher. It's just Sugetsu here early. See how quickly they try to bully, as Navi's just so much more concerned about establishing control across the middle of the map.
I mean, if this is quick enough, it could be a positive for Navi, but...
It's all about the pace. How quickly do they go?
DRX slowly funneling up towards ramp, and I think now...
Gak tau, gue dari kemarin gak ada yang pakai Deadlock. Kalau bisa pakai Deadlock, menurut gue orang-orang pasti pakai Deadlock sih.
Cypher came so miserable to deal with. You've got to get so far up before you can clear it out.
Waduh.
Meanwhile, DRX have gotten their way out onto the site. Some of the defenses are there, but Mako looking to play spoiler up in heaven. No challenge yet. It's just Sugetsu who's playing on the other side, and he's going to play into this. Well, of course he's going to play into this, but they both try each other, Mike.
He's able to slip through the poison orb here. Going to get the backstab on Xiao. He will fall.
Oh, it's a surprise. Now you see the double duelist from Navi causing problems. They've gotten the spike down. They've repositioned up towards heaven. You see some of the mollies come through, but you're not expecting Sugetsu here. Either way, handled. Zest cleans him up. All falls onto RB. He's got to swing out. He's got to get one, and Angel's timing is perfect.
Nice
Navi will get the pistol.
Navi.
A very slippery pistol round from DRX, but you see the frustration on Stax' face. Unable to...
Kalau kata Derke, Deadlock agent Autolus. Gila, gue sebagai pemain Deadlock tidak menerima itu, bro.
Nearly runs away with that one. The fact DRX are able to get the open plant for heaven
Unacceptable.
Navi just find everything they need.
I mean, Angel's timing there.
Ambil makanan.
You see frustration already. What felt like such a close situation. The potential for DRX to take another pistol, ultimately not falling their way. And you see the buy from the attacking side. There's a little bit here. You've got a Sheriff in the hands of RB, a couple of Ghosts. And it seems like they want to head B, where Angel's already waiting. That one way so difficult to deal with, or picked up. Very systematic by NAVI.
You notice as well the camera. This is going to be the default force who gets to every single round, and we're looking for these early rounds to be as productive as possible in terms of just dealing with it, finding a way of removing it, denying that information, because it's going to allow NAVI to sit in very heavy leans towards mid and B, just on the back of that one piece of utility. Dealt with here, but
watching here.
Miracles from DRX, so they can make these pistols work.
What they do have here is the power in numbers. There are 3 on the other side of this smoke. Angel's left alone, and he does not have the weaponry to deal with it. Overwhelmed CNED from up in heaven, who was supposed to be providing cover.
Wow, CNED galak.
Not
Dari
too bad.
Sage jadi Jet, gila.
See the push through from Mako, not able to find any space either. This has gone absolutely sideways. You didn't expect much. But this is almost as clean as you could possibly ask for from NAVI.
Lagi Alexandria.
And the one big objective here, obviously, for NAVI, you don't want to see these rifles removed, and CNED will find a third on the round.
Well, I think even on top of that, it's not just that they didn't lose rifles. 3 members carry full armor into the next round. They didn't take any damage. You don't have to reinvest in situations like that. You see why this ever talked about buy now from NAVI can be so difficult to navigate. Early on, it just snowballs quickly.
We've seen it just 2 off the blade storm as well. Another thing to offset the finances even further for them.
It's a very good point.
DRX will spread a little thin here. Spike across towards A side, but
makan kue chow gua.
just 2 members of DRX. Navi's utility removed, and once again Navi will secure this orb in garage. See, they're going hunting though. Zest has found an open elsewhere.
Ambil makan ya guys, selamat makan.
The utility that's set up as security towards A side, or at least towards heaven.
Yeah, dancing in a dangerous situation. Work his way around a fine line, and ultimately is not punished for it. Meanwhile, Navi's still taking so much of the space down B. Look at how far up Angel is. And yeah, there's a little bit of help from Xiao, but if the timing's not great, he's in trouble.
Well, they have to farm here because it's everybody from DRX drifting this way.
There's the flash. There's the confirmation. RB's ahead of it, though. They look to swing. Angel on the reposition, dropped. Xiao has to tuck tail and get away. And now in the face of the paranoia, in the face of the dog, manages to take one. Well done. But the sight lost.
Waduh, Sugetsu nge-whip.
Way out, Zest will secure it though. CNED, a 1v4. Still pretty healthy, but just find a couple of kills very early on here. We'll make this a possibility.
You see the paranoia and just how he's handling his crosshairs. There's someone low, behind pillar, behind garage, up in heaven. So many things to consider, so many angles to check, and just not enough resources to do it all.
Kalau pakai deadlock lebih tricky nggak sih? Soalnya sulit buat ituin flank trapnya, soalnya lebih banyak. Oh iya benar. Emang kalau mau pakai deadlock mesti ada double sentinel sih. Tapi wall sama ultinya itu menurut gue guna banget.
Causing problems. We'll see if we see more of that. I'm also really curious to see if NAVI continue to try to bully what's happening in B. You think about the previous round, instantly cleared the turret, as you mentioned, the one-way, the flash, and they just established control instantly. Do DRX push into that, knowing what's on the other side? That's exactly what happens. Angel's punished. Read him like a book.
And relying heavily on that conditioning early on, but DRX are the ones to flip it back in their favor. Angel dead off the rip, no smokes. And CNED and Sugetsu's cages, but
careful.
Straight away DRX feel like they're going to have pulled the rotation. I think a good read on how NAVI want to approach playing this composition with Sugetsu on the Cypher, leaning heavily on the other side of the map to where this utility is invested in. Totally wrong read.
Right.
Nobody even within earshot of hearing this. Nobody going to benefit off these trips either.
No, I mean the cam looked like it spotted one. Both trips have been cleared. You see the utility from RB has been planted and set up. And they can draw a line in the sand here, Mike. They can establish so much control. It's going to be so difficult, so labored for Navi to get through.
Zest very disconnected from this, but the rest of DRX tucking into these very tight positions on site. I think Navi probably thinking better at this one, yeah.
Wow, early. Perhaps because Cena's holding it up.
Saving.
Confident
4 orang saving.
No. And again, I'm going to take you guys down a long path here because it goes all the way back to Angel at the beginning of the round, dying, forcing
ampun, 4 lawan 5 saving, 4-4 nih.
Play off B, or off A, excuse me, and rely on the
pikir mereka lebih maco dari itu.
That's essentially what lost them that round.
But the thing is, the success of this comp, and look towards Fnatic, one of the ones that obviously employed it very, very well is it relies on actually mitigating early round risk, not giving away an opening engagement, because a lot of this comfort is set up just by receiving information on A.
Sure.
It enables pushes down mid or a stack in garage, for example. Angel a little ahead of the curve in that regard, but with no resistance shown towards the orb and it being given up for free. Maybe just feeling like he has some room to play with. The beautiful isolation.
Nggak ada usaha gitu langsung saving 4-4 nih.
And it has forced the adjustment, Sugetsu, at least in this round. Angel toying with the idea again.
The man is persistent.
He doesn't give up, no. It takes a lot to really deter him.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
But these are very curious rounds because there is an operator on the other side. So if DRX get an early read of that adjustment, look what they're going to be walking into.
It's interesting too because I don't think they ever confirmed that there was an op in the previous round either. So again, suspicions on the other side, and there it is. Yeah. Shot rattles off, confirming the weaponry that's on the opposite side. With that, DRX still continue, still intent on pushing into the teeth of this defense. Into the weapon, the paranoia is there, Buzz waiting to go, and there he goes! CNED plucks him out of the sky! Xiao not able to follow suit. Op hits the ground.
CNED ngapain tuh? Nge-WP lagi lompat. Gila lu CNED.
The pit will go up, giving them some safety on site as well.
Pas dia WP pas lagi secel.
Looks like the first turn locked out of this, yeah. Angel will retrieve the operator. I think that's just the #1 objective here. After the spike has been planted. Navi lagging behind a little bit in terms of the rotation. There was a ton of pressure coming towards them, but maybe CNED just spotting the turret is enough of an indicator to say RB's just the one here to lurk and control this space.
Yeah.
Why it's not. That's why we don't see, a rotation earlier on.
Saving terus.
Diligence behind the utility here though. The Trailblazer clears all the way up ramp.
Ini mah duit bisa buat modal buka usaha, bener.
To clear out that window, clear out rafters. And then they look to overwhelm CNED on that operator, even though it was shown early. They don't back away from it. DRX will find a third here in succession and force a very early timeout from Navi.
Surprisingly so.
A beautiful shot.
I mean, straight out of the sky, a jump scare on top of it, to be honest.
Also, a nano swarm landed there. I didn't catch that damage going down, actually. So, a drilled set piece from DRX. The veto. So coming into split, this is when you gotta kind of hedge your bets on DRX having the advantage here in map 2. We'll take another couple of rounds to break the money of Navi, considering the number of times we've seen them save these weapons across.
That's the only thing that's got them in this position, to be honest.
I mean, they'd be really struggling if they were losing these weapons after after the fact. Still sitting on the Blade Storm, just building up to a couple more. Shao one off the Seekers. And another adjustment on the utility from Sugetsu here. Focal point becoming mid here, or at least Angel initially showing intention.
Buzz wanting to feel it out and see what's up here. They haven't explored this very much.
Typically would see Zipan playing alongside Sugetsu in these sort of setups to make use of the information.
That's just crazy how I mean, a new setup from the Sugetsu, as you were mentioning.
And he swings on the camera.
Yeah, and just, I mean, clears it out instantly. Takes care of the trip, clears out the camera.
All ahead of the 1 minute mark as well. I mean, Navi preemptively start to rotate, but I think
Malam FM lo Mir.
Can slip through heaven in towards spawn. So spread very thin on this A side defense. Angel's got to be careful. He has to toe the line here.
You see, CNED is now peeking out towards heaven without Viper Wall up. There's really no information of what's coming in through mid. Angel's going to get overwhelmed once again. RB's going to be late on this pinch, but they're going to get heaven control. Unless CNED can do something about it. And no, he's dropped instantly. The satchel out. Zipan trying to hold the line, trying to keep him back. One's all he finds.
3v2.
He's ahead of this.
They have no idea.
2v2.
You're absolutely right. How much more can he find? Stats with 20 HP. Laughing in the face of danger, swinging forward and getting another.
But they got the open plant once again. So a chance here for Sugetsu to
Nice.
find cheeky half defuse, but RB swings onto it.
Nabung mati tetap aja. Makan tuh saving.
I mean, in the face of different looks from Navi. Think about it, on the other side of timeout, we talked about Sugetsu's change. I mean, there was differences in how Shao was playing. Angel was in a different position as well. It was an entirely different look.
And like I said, the fact that that's removed so early on in the round, it gives DRX so many options, so many opportunities. Puts Sugetsu back in a position towards A. They have the same camera towards heaven. He does have Zipan alongside him this time. DRX just gaining so much from this default early on. Also had a couple of rounds where they have catching Angel off guard in Garage, for example. That's also suited them very well. Des was touching on Navi's comfort zones historically, sometimes being in these slower rounds, but certainly not so far.
No, taste of their own medicine is bitter. But they want to fight this, the paranoia and the flash. Oh, this is beautiful, but he finds nothing. I was so well set up. I thought they were dead. But Angel now trying to face into the smoke and play hero. He cannot do it either. What a fumble.
I mean, the Seeker just reveals Angel's TP at the worst possible time. Showstopper doesn't catch him, but he's overwhelmed. Zipan and Sugetsu now in a 2v4, showing intention to actually commit towards this.
Player standing.
Well, it's going to seal the deal. Sugetsu finds a response, though.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a 1v4 if he wants to pull this off.
Bye, Sugetsu.
You see the reposition from RB heading towards heaven. Just another thing to consider.
Nice.
Too much. Sugetsu falls, DRX continue to march forward. And Mike, I've got to go back to that garage play. We'll see if we get another look at it because, I mean, there were 3 members there. They were all flashed up. You think for sure you're at least getting one.
I mean, the utility is absolutely perfect from Navi.
Jenet.
People to shoot at.
Jenet pelawak. Jenet pelawak.
A heartbreaking.
I thought he was melting out of his chair, man. I thought he was going to hit the deck. Certainly an opportunity to slip through their fingertips. But again, no real time to think it through, no real time to dwell on it. So we march forward, Zipan getting that orb.
And that's everything in the inventory for Navi here.
Yeah. The question is, you look at their buy, and it's not great. 2 rifles, 3 pistols. Do you invest?
Or did they get the opportunity to?
Yeah.
They can find a man advantage potentially, but DRX have been fantastic at recovering from 4v5 positions. Another question altogether with all of these ultimates facing off against them. Seen at a very deep position on mid here. DRX maybe anticipating some aggression on the back of all these ultimates. Confirmed, yeah, but Zester's chunk of damage.
Just so much action.
Habis ini selesai Bang Dep tidur lagi.
That CNET is getting just
Enggak
in
sih.
his position right now.
Nggak tidur gue.
And you
Gue
wonder here
mau
the flash, they're actually
olahraga.
rotating off of the flash. Xiao just got confirmation that
Olahraga
there's
gua.
presence A towards ramps and they instantly flip back towards B.
Habis
Buzz is
olahraga
already through
mandi.
with the paranoia, but Tipman's ult keeps them back. He's gonna get a second and potentially more.
Habis itu mungkin baru tidur lagi.
Messy,
Wow.
but both connect.
Cenet marah kah Bang?
Stacks is left alone, having to think through what the heck just happened. How did we get here? CNET with 3 and Navi does 2.
A great recovery round from CNET in terms of the confidence as well.
Marah Bang Cenet.
And you're right, we saw one round where that flash confirming presence or not confirming presence elsewhere on the map on Bind. This time around, Navi don't fall for it.
Dung.
They stick to their guns. And
Tududung.
huge kills.
Malah dipisau sama Arbi. Kaget dia pasti.
3K.
The second one was gross. I mean, you deal with the whirling dervish of blades when you've got RB.
Leon, lu ngetik normal aja, kagak usah ada emot monyong mulu di tiap ketikan lu. Jangan jadi kayak bocil alay lu. Ngetik ada emot monyong mulu, lu ngerti kagak sih itu emot monyong penggunaannya kapan? Tiap kali ngomong emot monyong, tiap kali ngomong emot monyong.
Just bullied off of this angle. Has to reposition and try to drop another.
There's re-smoke behind them as well.
Yeah. No real idea of where they are. Still has a paranoia in his back pocket. You see them waiting, perhaps, for the flash to come through.
Another example of DRX anticipating some aggression on the side of NAVI. Trailblazer will clear, at least confirm with 2 sets of shots onto it. RB elsewhere, actually trying to find space towards heaven or remove that camera here.
Lucu aja Bang kalau ada momen nih. Lu nggak usah sok ngomong kalau ada momen, lu ngomong apapun emot monyong. Itu momen dari mana? Lu ngomong 1 tambah 1 sama dengan 2 juga emot monyong. Mang alay aja lu. Mati dah aku dah.
So gets you dancing around the cage, finding more value.
DRX in this round just trying to throw out some misdirection, but it needed a second person to be seen by the camera potentially.
10 seconds left.
Yeah,
to draw somebody away, but the pop is instant on B as the camera's removed. It doesn't even give Navi the time to consider a rotation.
And that's in my opinion what felt like the issue too, because
PCT kali ini lokasinya di mana? PCT kali ini lokasinya di Los Angeles, LA, Amerika. Time out DRX. Wah, kenyang gue habis makan kue tiao kuah sapi, enak banget. Parah.
I said Sugetsu comfortable still on site here to deny the TP from Marco. From even
Nice.
Forced the timeout from DRX. Not really worried just yet, but certainly Navi a course correction after 5
Tamat dulu.
strung together by DRX.
Coach Shintae ngomong dulu.
How crazy the staying power is from Navi given the timeline that you're seeing. Right, you think about how they've managed to keep enough money to stay competitive in this. The fact that they had 5 ults just a moment ago, so both of those were hitting at the exact same time. Because of those things, because of how well it's been handled, they're still in this, given the 5 rounds in a row from DRX. Just a few moments now before returning back into the action.
Time out. Coba di kompe bisa nge-time out juga. Toilet gitu kan.
13 on bind, getting us to this position where Navi find themselves down 1 and perhaps on a quick ticket to the lower bracket.
Ultimate's available here for Navi. Neural theft to see.
Piper main Valo nggak? Kagak. Darren nggak main Valo.
We see a big adjustment here from DRX coming out of the timeout.
Ada.
Like initially, Zest back in a position outside A. But Navi sticking to the laurels here, at least in terms of Sugetsu's utility and Zipman alongside.
Oh, aduh, gua kirain burungnya U-turn, ternyata burung yang lain.
Yeah, and putting a lot more focus onto B. I don't think they've had to. I mean, maybe other than Pistol where they fully pushed through.
Oh, dapat through the smoke, Angel Y. Dapat 2 through the smoke. Dapat 2 through the smoke. GG dah bang. Kalau begitu mah bang.
Angel giveth and Angel taketh away. Question his aggression, and you question why he's first to die so often. And
Flawless.
But then other times he just frags.
Flawless.
You gotta take the good with the bad in situations like this.
Aduh, 2 fan.
Timeout seems to not be what DRX was looking for.
Sure, they really had an opportunity to get things going there.
Kedengeran step-nya. Kedengeran step.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And will be healthy in terms of the finances.
Kedengeran step-nya sama Keme. Cabut.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he wants to hold on to this
rifle,
get a consolation.
Nice try. Ace.
He does get 2 orbs off of that, and I wonder how close you. I mean, 3 technically. You got the orb, got to kill, and then died.
Still 2 off the Seekers, though.
Yeah.
There.
I mean, he's a 30. Still.
There.
Lockdown available now for RB. Very slow start to this map. Not getting anything together around that ultimate. Again, problem being the smoke goes up on screen, so Getsu can very comfortably sit behind some of these trips.
So Stacks, we were talking about his economy. Goes light armor Vandal, doesn't buy a dog. It's just enough to get him into the round, but you think about the fact that you're looking to entry Buzz onto the site. Yeah, he has the Roomba, but we'll see how they choose to play around the lack of the
Paco dan Buzz. Ayo Buzz Lightyear.
Almost all of Navi's here, Mike. They've got 3 here. CNET is playing in mid, so you can rotate over very quickly.
They're creeping closer and closer.
Meanwhile, it's the same Cypher Cam. It's the same setup. Buzz has gotten through. Looking for the trip, finds it. They're going to invest a lockdown, too. They're going to fully send on this.
Very late investment.
Oh, granatnya berhasil di counter. Granatnya berhasil nge-counter maksud gue.
Such an important tool, no longer available.
Gila.
Mako, though, able to clear one out. The paranoia to buy some more time and create space for another.
Ngeri banget, Arbi.
What a shot.
Ngeri banget, Arbi.
Zest is also playing really
Lu
far.
emang gak cocok pakai duelis.
The turret's still up and he has 2 mollies. I mean, you're expecting Angel to make a play here.
Oh, mati. Nice banget, Mako. Nice pre-fire. Nice pre-fire. When you get flash, just pre-fire.
I mean, it's wrapped at this point. Find a couple of kills.
Gila.
Gets one as well, but time all but elapsed here.
Gosh, if he had hit that shot, oh no. Oh,
I thought, gue kirain juga dia mau nge-defuse terus dapat.
In the player cam. That was a sinister one.
Udah. Aduh. Oh, ninja defuse kah?
Yeah, luckily the lockdown being dealt with doesn't result in DRX folding in this round, but
last round.
Being the person alongside Sugetsu.
Dukung mana, Bang? DRX gua. Selalu mendukung Asian Prides.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
Sometimes you're just gifted a kill, I guess.
Yeah, kayak.
And it works out. It gets DRX the lead back. It stops the 3-round swing that Navi had put together.
Sugetsu's position way more committed towards the choke point here. Trailblazer, I think, catching onto Angel.
Yeah, you hear 2 shots of the op rattle off. A second flash in towards Garage.
Ah!
Once again, it's a hit towards A. It's a hit right into the teeth of the defenses of the Cypher, and Zipend's there too. He's already gotten a couple.
Nice
Angel
text.
trying to swing out and pile it on, and he cannot.
Waduh.
And now the op has shown up.
6-6 deh.
Oh.
6-6 deh.
Just barely keeping him alive.
Zes.
Zes is gonna find a lot of room here.
He's got the spike as well, so he's able to slip away from this.
Zes.
See the ping on the minimap actually shout, considering the possibility of being flanked. CNET.
Go. Zes.
Zest actually getting confirmation on the back of the Trailblazer sound cue.
Nice.
Stacks a little bit disconnected from this. Can he find a backstab with Navi funneling towards
Stacks.
Timing is everything.
Stacks.
An open plant for him. He has to play this late. He's getting aggressive.
Patience.
Oh.
You still have 2 flashes.
Nice.
Patient. He's gotten the first. No real idea.
Nice.
Still with the op going forward.
Kelong. Jaga long.
Tap. Just to tease. Just the bait for the swing, and CNED lands it. And now Sax is too far away. He's too far away. But it was enough to pull off.
Gila CNED.
I can't believe he did it that way.
Gila CNED. Gila CNED.
Still lands a shot, but
Oh my goodness.
what a play.
Kalau Zeta lawan DRX tuh kemana? DRX sah itu mah. Zeta flop banget, lagi flop Zeta.
Solo missions amount to nothing with CNED dissecting that with the operator. And this felt a little desperate in the early round towards 8.
Flop
yes,
flop
early round indicators, sure, but
you see it from CNED, man. He's feeling himself. Had a heck of a start on Bind. Seems to be doing just fine here early on Split. We're going to throw it to the analyst desk to break down that first half.
Thank you very much, Doug there, and Hypog. I'm here with Saito and Brent once again. I feel like at one point DRX could have run away with that half, but Brent, what a way for Navi to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, a big part of it, I think, was them adjusting as well the Cypher setups. Because they started over towards B. DRX were doing a really good job in their rounds of identifying that. Their objective was to break it and then go into other hits later into the rounds. But then they just started going for the B main hits all the time, right? And it was working against them. But overall, I mean, very even. Right, 6 for 6.
Incredibly even, and similar to Bind actually. CNED popping off, even on first kills, but it's the next half I'm worried about Navi. I did, however, want to break down Zest's Viper, because I've been talking about it the whole time. So I wanted to give you guys an idea, and if you're a Viper main, pay attention. So he's throwing this wall, which is perpendicular to the normal one, and it blocks off A ramp and A main. So it functions similarly to the wall and orb that most people throw. So that's the wall that he's using a lot of the time. He throws this lineup from outside B that blooms in front, and then he picks it up, and he can throw it afterwards once they get into B, and it puts a lot of extra pressure. So you see, he's got this wall that still creates the A pressure that he can go towards, then he's got a lineup that allows you to get out through B. That's why Navi were fighting so much over B main control, over Garage.
CNED mirip banget mainnya kayak simple CSGO. Chambernya Las bisa mulai bersinar kayaknya. Emang dia masih main chamber si Las. Komentar Coach Devin soal apa?
Loops back to the original point that we were talking about.
Ada Eggman Sonic, waduh Eggman Sonic.
He absolutely popped off in the first half of
Parah.
and it slipped. His impact was
Iya, Zeta ketemu Fnatic coy. Gua nggak yakin Zeta selamat sih itu. Fnatic sih strong banget di Master ya. Gua nggak tahu sekarang ya. Bisa aja berubah. Tapi kayaknya nggak mungkin turun parah sih Fnatic.
Thank you so much, Jinsu. Navi on the attacking side now. This double duelist comp is going to get
Di final LCQ dia main chambernya gigi. Alright.
You see it on the minimap. DRX convinced that it's a hit A, and boy, are they wrong.
Yeah, everybody from Navi funneling to Garage very early on. RB, gotta respect this. He's going to play his life and back away. That's his Nano Swarm dealt with very quickly as well. So full 5v5 here. In the post plant.
RB jaga. Kita lihat gimana caranya DRX nge-defend di split. Ha! Trot.
Spawn here would have had a shorty to deal with in the hands of RB, but what can DRX get it set up here? Util to work with.
Waduh. Ya nyangkut.
Get on down there, buddy. He's overwhelmed. Somehow still dropped.
Nyangkut Zipan. Nice. Kena ding padahal itu.
4v3s. You see DRX starting to funnel forward, starting to take things back. But Navi hold the line.
Wah, ngewih. Padahal bisa menang itu satu hit.
To deny the paint shell being sent into pillar. It would have forced both players and Navi out into the open. By the finest of margins.
DRX.
Great flood from DRX initially here.
DRX pistol round.
It looked like no response or even attempted response from Navi coming through, but these deeper positions pay dividends.
Set.
At the end of this round.
Gokil.
The cleanup from Sugetsu, nonetheless.
You wonder here too who on the side of Navi is going to come to life alongside CNED, because the Des mentioned it.
Gokil.
He played well. It just wasn't enough on Bind, and he's playing well here.
Same setup again from DRX.
Aduh, fake flash.
They're gonna push this. Sugetsu has so much info.
Aduh. Nice trade.
To take one.
Nice trade.
It's a similar situation we talked about on one round of Bind, where they find the kill, but no real
A-nya di push, B-nya telanjang. Wow, RB.
Nice pluck. Chris,
wah, gue pikir dapat.
Just a bit wide.
Lagi drop ditembak pala, bos.
Yeah, in a spot where DRX, they've gotten a couple of kills, but as you mentioned it off of the first, no real way to upgrade, nothing really found. No, in most other circumstances, you see this and go, okay, we're able to upgrade a weapon, now we can fight back on a little bit more of equal footing, but that's just not the case.
Bagus ya. Pistol Ghost-nya gaya.
Zest is nothing more but a ghost, and he's about to swing out into Guardian and
nice one, Zest.
Or excuse me, a Vandal. See if he can pick it up. He's just so paranoid. Mako's got to take some space here. He's got to be a little bit more pacey on this. That paranoid's going to buy some time. Weapon.
Oh, dikit lagi. Bisa itu. Bisa itu.
With the Vandal,
bisa itu.
upgraded Angel in the 1v1, misses on the first
Wah, gila Angel. Oh my god.
Again, he giveth and he taketh away.
Orang mah lagi main Vandal. 3 orang matinya sama Ghost di pala. Keren. Ini lihat nih. Tuh, lagi lompat di pala. Ini juga di pala tuh. Ini juga di pala. Ini juga di Ghost pala. Buset, 4 orang mati sama pistol. Round mahal tapi dari NAVI. Iya, round mahal. Kalau kata Norman, roundnya mahal banget itu. Ngebunuh 4 orang.
Buzz, the key factor, really. I mean, RB had a fantastic performance, yes, but Buzz was absolutely farming on DRX's defense.
See if he can do it again. Test it a little early. And it seems like there's more coming on the other side of that. You see the smoke out from Mako to help provide some cover.
Kapan M lu bakal kayak gitu kira-kira, Vin? Gak akan ya? Sadar diri aja aku mah. Main judge ya? Si Mako ya? Oh ya, Mako main judge. Ayo Mako. Judge kadal.
The Trailblazers not what he wanted to see. That paranoia is going to buy some space.
Ayo Mako judge kadal.
Because of the nade. Help has arrived though, courtesy of Buzz.
I was gonna say, I'd be surprised if you still see Navi.
Balik. Ke A.
Making moves towards A. RB been holding down the fort here, but as I say that, Stacks thinking otherwise. I mean, now there's no sound cues, especially with Zest's position here. He's going to hear anything towards Garage and has open sight lines towards mid. Navi going to find themselves a 5v2 potentially on A site.
Lari langsung. Kritik.
The defensive side here, we'll see if RB can do the same with the turret to help. Zipan up top.
Wah, gila. Waduh, Cinet ngamuk, Bang.
And that's enough to get the sight.
Cinet ngamuk, Bang. Nice. Nice. Bas juga ngamuk. Bas juga ngamuk, bos. Pas ngamuk balik habis Cinet ngamuk. Ngeri.
I said he was farming yesterday, but that is outrageous. Look at the time it hit. We talked about the game plan yesterday of denying the spike from being
Phantom moment tuh. Udah kayak gua tuh.
Everything to stop the spike from going down.
What a play. Now 2 from the showstopper. Light armor still on all of them. And they had the money to buy. You see an interesting financial approach from DRX. Mako.
Aduh, Mako kenapa nggak?
Pick a target, bro. It's either the dog or it's CNET. You pick the
wrong one. Kenapa nggak off angle aja nge-smoke? Aduh.
Buzz had no idea.
4v3 dah.
See if they can reposition though. Angel's really far out. Really far up by himself. Dog spotting him, and yep, Zest from up top.
3v1.
GG. Well handled by Xiao.
Marco just caught off guard.
Do it.
Really him to disengage behind. Maybe not anticipating.
Sengit banget, coy.
Heavily behind the Trailblazers they were, but
13-10 gak sih menangnya?
Yeah. You can't make a mistake like that twice.
He's on an island here as well.
Wah, hatuk lagi gue. Gila. Woi, semangat banget lu.
But honestly, it feels a lot like the conversation we had around Angel, right? In the first half, like you get a little comfortable,
Lagi,
you get a little
Chris.
cheeky, and then you get punished, and
Set.
surely you reconsider.
Set.
And that seems to be the case. Mako's nowhere near garage right now.
Kena lu. Kena gila. Di fire loh. Lagi lompat-lompat nih. Dia yakin banget bakal jumping gitu.
Of course, it's
DRX stacked up behind this, Doug.
Yeah, of course, it's a flash to a smoke to set up Angel
3,
to take the opening peek.
2,
Zipan is there close by.
1, kosong.
You get some info.
Hilang.
Really, by process of elimination, you know it's not towards
3,
middle.
2,
Who's gonna go?
1,
He's got the
kosong.
showstopper in a bucky.
Waduh.
But Zest not
Zest
able to
offside,
find space,
Zest!
not able to create anything with it. Seeker's invested the paranoia out. CNED's able to get through.
Oh,
Space.
ya.
Got the showstopper,
Ya
but CNED stops it.
Allah, ultinya jadi ke-cancel. GG dah.
CNED's gonna win this round by himself.
CNED ngamuk, Bang.
He's getting the round for NAVI.
Bang, CNED ngamuk, Bang.
Spike planted.
Just nothing for RB to do here.
Stinger in hand has to close the gap somewhere.
Bagusan DRX pas champion sama master. So far sih pas champion sih. Mereka di champions ini improve banyak lah. Di master mereka tuh ngelawan tim Eropa, tim Amerika flop banget. Sekarang mereka bisa kasih perlawanan yang gila banget coy. Ini mereka udah dua match awal ini kan lawannya tim NA sama tim Eropa kan. Yang pertama tuh mereka lawan
Yeah, we're gonna get a look at that one more time. The pass through and
oh enggak, tim laut. Ya NA bener, sekarang jatuhnya Amerika bukan NA. Tim Amerika sama tim Eropa mereka lawan. Dan mereka bisa menang lawan laut. Mereka bisa sengit lawan NAVI. Jadi menurut gua much improve sih dibandingin yang dulu. Evaluasinya gede-gedean, bagus. Bagus evaluasi mereka. Strategi plannya juga bagus. Mereka banyak berubah lah. Banyak improve.
On split. The attacking side showing some teeth.
DRX time out 10-7. Apakah 10-13 atau 13-10?
I even mentioned this as well. DRX's strength on the defense on split yesterday, not necessarily getting themselves into.
Karena tanpa ganti roster. Yes, that's true.
Have the benefit of the finances that walking a tightrope in that regard. Now coming on their first ultimate cycle, obviously showstopper used, but a fairly polarizing performance here from RB today. Sitting at 4-13, he was a hero for DRX yesterday.
A hero.
On the defensive side of split, you're right.
Two off the lockdown, one off the pits, are two crucial ultimates in terms of the defense overall. Seeker's here for stacks. But everything except for Xiao in terms of ultimates on the other side.
I was about to say, the other side does not look any better. Does not really instill any confidence. 4 ults.
Well, talked about being a hero yesterday. Might just need to be once again hit.
It's been quiet, but RB's done well to get one so far. Still dancing around the second with the turret to help. Hero answering the call, at least a little bit, as Zest and Buzz have shown up too.
Control the spike as well. Angel have to pull off a miracle here to recover this 1v3.
Yuk menangnya DRX yuk biar gue bisa tidur lagi.
See the other eyes of DRX trained on this position. Now Marco still with a paranoia available.
Speaking
nice.
Waits it out. Shadows traveling. I mean, he's certainly taking his time on this. Roomba,
wah, nice banget satchelnya. Nice banget satchelnya, nice. Itu satchel bener-bener ngancurin aiming, coy. Nice satchel.
Certainly not out of this race just yet. So RB must have heard me here because he stands tall to the challenge here on A side. Eventually falling to CNED, but unrecoverable.
Tahu nggak dulu kata Jing sama Something sempet trial di Boom, tapi Boom mau pertahanin roster dari Indo aja. Oh iya, nyesel dah Boom. Tahu gitu ngambil Jing sama Something. Terus dulu kan Forsaken sama Mindfreak juga di Boom. Kalau bisa Forsaken, Mindfreak, Jing, Something ada di Boom sih, Boom go internasional. Belum tentu sih. Coachnya bukan coach Alex soalnya.
But I mean, he's come right out of the pit. Is he? Yeah, he's got plenty of time to get back in. Yeah.
Coach Boom kan miau. Meow
I
out.
wondered here what DRX would do with this, because you know there's some presence mid. They got a flash, and they heard a dog from the attacking side towards A. But they don't. I mean, they don't fully send. They don't fully rotate A.
Well, actually, it's crucial that Zest does get this wall off, because NAVI have set up right behind it already. RB's utility scattered across site and heaven.
And note where the utility's positioned too, on the other side of the wall.
Itu coach yang gebrak meja, iya
Find
bener.
the timing. That layer's gone. You see him staring at it. Go on.
Terus digebrak mejanya sama coach Alec.
There you go. Paranoia out in the dash forward. The turret has been cleared. RB once again has so much to do, and he knows
Bye-bye,
the
RB.
showstoppers in his face. Staring
Bye-bye,
into
RB.
death with not much to do.
Aduh, Bas
Seeing it on
dead.
the swing, and it's Xiao who gets the kill.
Bas
The
dead.
defenses of DRX had previously stood so tall, stood so strong, crumble.
Crumble. Ayo Zes nge-save. Nge-save aja ya Zes ya. Tuh kamu di-push dari Fenzes. Fenzes.
Situation like this.
A couple of members of NAVI healthy though, so they could go on the hunt.
And they're trying. They're looking.
They're going to find anybody though with this little time left. Seeing it still conscious of somebody slipping on.
Yeah.
To find a ninja defuse.
We are due for one of those, aren't we? We haven't seen that in a while. Not a good one like that.
Like the Doomsday clock.
Doom.
About 6 seconds off for the minute.
Dum, 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 dum.
So
Mana
with
nih?
Navi get another again. They just meet with the defenses of DRX, punch him in the mouth, and move forward.
Dum. Mati.
Stacks around blind through the wall. Again, didn't really matter. You expect RB to.
Oke, udah Bang Devin, apakah ada gambaran custom untuk map Lotus atau sudah end di map split?
Just about it in terms of full purchases.
Sulit. Kayaknya sih map 3 sih ini mah. Kalau ngelihat dari gameplaynya nih.
24 and 8 right now.
That's not bad. A pedestrian performance from the start.
Bas.
He's got the potential for more.
Si RB cuma beli ini doang lagi. Miskin si RB. Wah, Zes offside lagi, Zes. Udah masuk deh. Heaven-nya deh.
I mean, Cena just looking to do this on his own, and you see how much respect they have to pay.
I mean, so much pressure though. You have to respect it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Force so deep on this A side setup. I mean, Buzz still trying to hold down the position on rafters.
Gue ngantuk lagi, bener-bener ngantuk gue.
Don't necessarily achieve much other than control on the back of it.
Wish there wasn't much defending it to begin with.
Oh, nice.
And there's the first down.
Nice.
You still have to deal with the other. You
Xiao
still
kena
have to
tuh.
do a zip ban.
Mako. Ada Angel dalam smoke.
Yeah, steal that.
Mako.
Mako waiting on the other side of the smoke. See Buzz ready to. The nade in hand.
Oh!
Zest loves a jumpy.
Yeah,
oh, nice Dipan.
Yeah, he does.
23 seconds left on the clock here, Doug.
Yeah!
Vintage, wait, and go. Angel dies already. The spike is still up and
Angel terbaca triknya sama Babang Mako. Kata Mako, ya elah bro, gue juga omen.
That might be enough.
Waduh,
Now
Bas.
10 seconds to toll onto Buzz. 85 HP. Snaps on the first. Second buys time. And that's going to be enough. He may not get the kill, but it's not going to matter. DRX get the 9th. Oh, when that clip ran dry on that rifle, bro.
Nice DRX. Nice.
And he had to switch to the classic.
Dimainin sama Bas. Nice. Sayang pelurunya habis tuh, kalau pelurunya masih ada 5 ya. Menang tuh.
DRX live to fight another day for the time being.
Olahraga dalam mimpi, enggak, habis bangun kok olahraga.
So close.
Sumpah coachnya sangat ekspresif. Bangun jam berapa emang? Jam 6 kurang 10 gue bangun tadi.
I feel like he's had it for forever.
Yeah. He's not needed it.
Bedanya PRX sama DRX apa? Beda lah, yang satu Korea, yang satu Singapura. Yang satu ada orang Indo, yang satu full Korea.
Procs the dash 2 and DRX once again respecting.
See that?
Buzz is one away from Showstopper here. He gets a kill. There's a potential for something.
Gue udah berapa kali go-up ini mah.
Ropes initially here. I mean, Zipan and Angel in a position to still show presence elsewhere.
And again, very similar idea to what we saw in the previous round.
But I love this clearance towards Garage to confirm that actually it's not split through B.
Yep.
Now, information game definitely favoring DRX.
Heaven bang. Heaven yuk.
NAVI are
Heaven A. Yuk bisa yuk, Heaven A yuk.
RB has lockdown, but he's not really in a comfortable spot to drop it. With 45 seconds
Oh.
left, does he dare invest it? Zipan gets so high.
Oh,
and he
nice
gets one.
stacks.
Saxer on the trade. CNED cleaning things up. Op still in hand, and there are the blades.
Bisa
I mean,
ini.
that's the round.
Yeah,
Bisa ini.
NAVI even stalling things out to find the plant here. Just Buzz and Marco. Still got the paranoia, still got the showstopper, and the paint shells actually.
Yeah, and a 2v4? Shadows traveling. I mean, maybe. Well, okay, yeah, they're going.
Nice.
They found one. The paranoia, the showstopper invested. Buzz weak though, 45 HP.
Oh.
What space can Mako find? He swings out.
Nice
Too many
try.
targets to deal with.
12-9 sih.
Investment
Sulit.
ill-advised. Navi map point.
Sulit.
DRX are going to struggle coming out that one as well.
Yeah.
Sulit.
The lockdown, sure, but in terms of weaponry, definitely going to be feeling the pinch. Navi have been allowed to set up so many times. These very explosive, committed 5-man hits.
Late in rounds too.
In a round where I said DRX almost, I feel like they're winning the information game.
Yeah.
Committing once again to this Killjoy setup on A. And like I said, against the Jet and a... Well, I said Zest likes a jump peek. Ill-advised this time around.
I mean, really, the first 2 times that we talked about it too.
Here.
What a much dearer cost. Look at this angle setup from CNED.
CNED knows what's up. Again, the operator also being another curveball that DRX have been struggling to handle. To be honest.
Gimana di DRX defense-nya nih? Kok DRX defense-nya flop gini nih?
What are you gonna do?
Ayo Bang Mako.
Stinger.
Bang Mako sih bermain dengan...
If you're gonna go, just go, man.
Waduh, kena cuy.
Oh, that paranoia was so good, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, mati dah.
The neural theft and out goes CNED. Buzz with the judge finding one though, 56 HP. It's not a Bucky. Not from that distance.
GG dah.
DRX crumble.
Dan next map.
Holding on to that lockdown for what feels like forever. Never invest it. We're going the distance. We're going to Lotus.
Tidak.
Navi come back swinging in map 2. The game plan.
Nice try, bro.
Iya bang, 13 MB.
Poin gue hilang dah.
Iya.
Lu ngebet itu.
Poin gue hilang, bro. Iya. Iya, poin gue hilang.
Everything.
Ih, malah itu yang ngebet Navi sih.
Dikit banget.
Gede, bro.
Iya, ngebet Navi dikit tuh.
I believe it was Buzz who was able to stop the plant just a second away.
Respect streamer, ngantuk gua.
Loh, kok betul lagi bang? Kan masih.
But ultimately it was that
Ya maksud gua respect streamer teh kucing, gua udah ngantuk ini.
Mau betul lagi bang lu?
Kalau dikelar gua tidur lagi coy. Iya, Zest mati gara-gara jumping di mid mulu. Udah kebaca gitu terus diulang-ulang aja terus sampai nerakanya pindah ke surga pindah ke neraka itu masih Zest.
Jumping mid ke gua dong.
Apa?
Ngepick di mid mulu ulang-ulang.
Iya itu jumping. Jumping di mid terus defend, jumping mulu ke mid. Ya di branded lah. Sampai main TFT bang, Gojeng tadinya ngantuk sekarang marah, nggak bisa gitu dong.
It was just too much. Fortunately for us, that means we're going to Lotus. We'll see you guys on the
Tidur
other side
dulu
of
bang,
this break.
10 menit.
Don't go anywhere.
Ya deh, tidurnya 10 menit. Tidur dulu 10 menit, meremin mata biar segeran dikit dah. Bisa makan. Ya. Guys, merem. Kabarin gua kalau udah lewat donasi. Yuk.
Suka.
Damn. Lumayan. Terima kasih udah dibangunin. Replay kemarin kok nggak ada ya? Belum gua member only. Ini baru mau gua member only nih. Ngantuk, euy.
It's just down to individuals
and
who
also,
wins.
Who knows what NAVI are going to be pulling out on Lotus as well.
Hello,
I mean,
Nav.
they've just been chopping and changing the compositions. Will they play something normal? Probably not.
Lotus.
I mean, we just don't know with this team.
Honestly, CNED has played a lot of different agents on this map. If they even think about putting him on Omen after the
Lotus.
Last couple of times, I think 3 times in a row that
Lotus
they've played
Neon
on
sih.
Lotus. But
Lotus
I don't like the
Neon.
rest of the composition. They run Brimstone on
Yeah,
Lotus
it's
with
bizarre,
Silver Breach. It's bizarre.
Harusnya di sini
But at the same time, if CNED's just going to hit and win every duel on Neon,
Astra
maybe that's
di
the
sini.
thing that
Di sini
carries them
Astra.
through. Yeah, as
Double
much
smoker.
as the team that loses here is not out of the tournament, it's not an elimination match, but you drop down and you have to
Harusnya di
face
sini
Liquid
DRX
all
double
round.
smoker lagi.
So, by no means is this a safety
RB
net.
jadi Cypher. Bas jadi Race.
Like you said, Brent, we can't
Oh,
predict
RB tetap Killjoy.
CNED Rays?
CNED Rays.
It's out.
Waduh.
So they're still running the Brim, the Silver, and the Breach,
Waduh.
which is a bit bizarre to begin with.
Yeah, but this time solo
Waduh.
smokes on Lotus, so you can't really slow
Udah lah,
play your
Astra
attack
enak loh di
rounds.
sini loh.
You have to kind of all in.
Bisa narik-narik gaming
It's
loh,
gonna be
Astra.
generative smokes.
So
I think this
weird.
is kind of cap. I'm not gonna lie. And Zipan's back on Breach. I mean, Zipan's a great player, but when you take Zipan off Rays, it just feels. I feel like
DRX
trolling.
kompik 100% nih di
I don't know.
sini. Map
DRX
win
were battering
0%.
their heads on rubble over and over again in the game against Loud, and Buzz had many first deaths, but they were still
Udah
able to
lihat
win
tuh.
the 4v5s.
DRX tuh track record Lotusnya burik,
of
euy.
control over rubble, we might see just explosive rounds ending within 20 seconds over towards A.
Yeah, also Sugetsu moving back to the Killjoy as well, not
Yeah.
playing Cypher anymore.
Yeah, it locks you down. You're quite limited, I think, as well. When you're playing Cypher on Lotus, I actually like it when teams pick it up, even though the ults and the nanoswarms are really, really good for setups and as well stopping people pushing through smokes. But it lets you loose, I think, on the attack side. You can actually just freely move around. Your setup
Agak
still exists,
menyedihkan,
you don't
makanya
have to
harusnya
take
mereka tuh ban
it. So
Lotus.
maybe that will play a part. I don't know.
Well, this is it. The winner will be going straight to the playoffs of Champions. A massive advantage no matter what happens. I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top. Over to you for the one last time, Doug and Hypok.
Thank you so much, Insu. Yeah, Lotus to decide it all. 8 days of a vacation, so to speak, is what's up for grabs and a ticket to the playoffs. And as the desk was mentioning, Mike, you lose this, you're facing either Loud or Liquid, and honestly, nobody expected either of them down there, but it's still, that's a terrible prospect to have to consider.
Make some noise louder.
To end here on Lotus, very strange. And that's not even when we get into the compositions for NAVI.
Sulit
I
ini.
mean, DRX obviously 0-1
Kayaknya yang pakai Gecko di Lotus cuma TRX doang dah, si CGRS dah. Gak pernah ngeliat gue Gecko dimainin di Lotus selain sama
You
CGRS.
face the big question mark, which is NAVI.
Oh my gosh.
That plays out, but hefty investment behind this, but DRX.
Oh, Navi
quick to
agresif banget dari C-nya.
Yeah, well, I mean, nice on Navi too, because you think about what was invested. It was the dart and the fault line, and there was a little bit more in there, but 2 of those things will come back.
Coming back.
I do like this from DRX, so pacey on it, trying to find that window.
They're looking to descend very quickly.
Oh dear.
The other side of the
Wow.
map. Angel could have had at least one there.
Gak dapat
Sugetsu will
Angel.
respond, but it's Buzz with 2 to open this round up.
The Frenzy just so good in that situation.
RB.
Navi did a decent job of corralling DRX in this position.
Waduh.
CNED from all the way
ding.
back.
Mantap.
Not finding any value. Important too for DRX if they want to pull this thing off, if they want to take the quick trip to the playoffs, they've got to find a way to silence him.
Mako.
So far so good. Zip and
Mako smoke lu udah mau hilang. 3, 2, 1.
The rest of DRX are nowhere near this. I mean, you've got Stax who's playing in tree.
Oh, nice.
And he finds one. You got the other two playing really far back.
Nice, Xiao.
Buzz and RB remain. There's a nade, and that, I mean, that will most assuredly secure things. Maybe Xiao gets an exit. He does get one, that's all it is. RB stays alive, DRX get the ever coveted pistol.
And you're right to note as well, DRX's reaction very pacey towards.
Kengkeng mana main Gecko.
Capitalizing on, I guess, noting all that utility.
Kengkeng mah mainnya duelis.
And the crucial one being, I mean, the paint shell on top of the dart and the fault line.
Emang Kengkeng main Gecko waktu itu? Oh iya, dia main Gecko di Pearl ya kalau nggak salah ya. Kata sih nggak inget gua.
Yeah, I mean, you imagine if that hits, if that combo hits, that's a brutal way to start the round.
Ya, Kengkeng pernah pakai Gecko di Pearl waktu itu.
From Navi, excuse me, you've got investment on some sheriffs.
Match yang gua nggak sempet tonton.
Before, no less.
Yeah. And some space taken. You see both two members of Navi already taken towards A main.
You say Angel and Xiao very deep on this, but held back by the alarm bot initially, and Marco has found an open up. CNED will fall. Sugetsu and Zipan across towards the side. Sugetsu trying
Wah, nggak dapet dong.
Dip his head.
Mati tuh. Oh enggak loh. Nice. Nice banget, nice banget. Buset, Sugetsu pasti berani lu.
How clean do you get out of it? Want it to be as clean as possible for the attacking side. So far, decently well done. Don't want to lose much more.
Ayo lo, Angel lo.
I mean, Navi really talk about requiring miracles just to keep this competitive, just to deal a little bit of damage. Smoke for Angel to swing out, he falls. I thought Buzz was just going to hit the transfer on the second.
I was going to say, dude, need to
start
backing away here.
Oh, Xiao.
Buzz good for the third.
Xiao mau mati sama bom ya, Xiao ya.
To remove that risk, and now Xiao have to potentially just give it up towards the spike. 27.
Nice. Dapat poin lumayan.
Showstopper in the next round.
That's actually huge.
A big tool at their disposal.
Lumayan. 4. Oh, kaya euy. DRX.
Into this, so let's throw him up as the
kita lihat nih.
in this scenario.
Apakah Navi akan jatuh miskin? Kalau kalah ini sih miskin berat ini.
Because if that nano's not there, if that alarm bot's not there, he can perhaps tuck towards waterfall. That kill doesn't go his way. But now Showstopper online, as you were mentioning for Buzz, and it's early enough. I have no qualms with it being used in this round. You know you're going to get another one back. Depending on how well he continues to farm, you're going to potentially get a second.
Akapa.
Feels very okay to invest that here. See off of that, you have a Guardian, then hands of Stacks, a couple of Bulldogs, then the Phantom in the hands of Buzz. We were just talking about him. We'll see if they're going to push into this Killjoy setup. You've got turrets, and there it is. There's Showstopper, but the paranoia hits. Oh, and he had no shot. That was never fired.
Nobody really following up on the pressure created by that either, so DRX still going to be struggling to comfortably find this plant. Yeah, the swing on will come through. Angel ahead of the smoke. Stacks will fall.
It seemed like DRX had all the tools that they needed to convert a third to win a bonus, but
gue ngerasa ini map yang jago, yang menang yang jago di sini. Mau attacker defender sama aja gue ngerasanya. Enak banget itu aiming pala. Nyamperin crosshair ya.
I mean, just one member is taking damage, Mike. One, and that's Sugetsu.
Wah. Waduh.
And it will be the prime flawless from Angel, cleaning things up. 3 on the round for him.
Wow.
And maybe the issue being that second satchel from Buzz doesn't clear out the nano swarm. It gets popped. That's what splits the execute potentially, but nobody following through, even towards the right-hand side here.
Sayang sekali kena blind. Buzi.
And you mentioned it right after the play too. There was no flood. There was nothing else, right, to fill the space that he had created. So perhaps a missed opportunity for DRX, but not all is lost. You see the buy, it's still great. Still committing to this light armor strat too for DRX.
Buzz is in trouble.
Wah.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Bas.
But Cena might be in some too. They're gonna
Masuk
funnel
ke B,
out.
masuk ke B, masuk ke B, masuk ke B.
Control of A main.
Masuk ke B, masuk ke B, masuk ke B.
Razors will be traded out, but
Rotate the stairs.
Position. Elsewhere on the map, RB looking for maybe some space in the lurk. We'll spot out the turret here. Try and remove some of the utility in the choke point, but Sugetsu going to deny that.
Zest filling in on a little bit of the space that Sax created with the Prowler. And you wonder here what they do with that space, because Mike, they have a couple of options here. They can flip and they can go B, they can commit to go A. Misdirection can abound.
Aduh.
That seems to be the case. The one note here is they got the alarm bot too for RB if he pushes through. Heaven is smoked off.
Mati dah nih.
Oh, this dart.
Oh.
It's gonna hurt. Do as much damage.
It hurts, bro. Shock dart pas gitu ke muka.
To be honest, I expected it to be the recon dart too. But the shock deals a little bit of damage. He keeps it now. Now invested for them to retake and take the space. Molly to cut off the path for Zest. Oh. There's no way you expect stacks there.
Nice.
What a pesky play. But they've gotten it down to 2. Angel 1 with the Molly.
Yo, stacks Mako ya bisa yuk.
Yeah, he's gotten it all the way there. They're going to get the last 2 kills and the defuse.
Sekarang DRX yang miskin berat.
And this did happen a couple of times. DRX very comfortable. I mean, I guess very deep positions on a B site post plant, but a number of times the hold on site just absolutely crumbled versus Loud. It's another example here where they win out in a situation. I mean, 2 here. Zest finds one on top of this.
An unexpected one. That was a 4v2.
Wait, did Zest walk into that? I saw Angel got a kill with the molly, but
he may
just
have.
caught it on the end of the replay there.
Yeah. May have. You see the buy for DRX. It's not great. They do.
It's not great, bro.
Nightfall in the hands of Sax.
Wow.
And intentions towards C. Note here, there's no alarm bot too to dissuade the push in, but the orbital strike.
Nice decision banget, Satchel. Langsung di ulti, gila.
Catch the stun here, but Bar's able to satchel away from that.
Nice Satchel, bang, nice Satchel.
Still caught one.
Yuk, dapat yuk. Aduh. Nice.
Wide onto this. Yeah, Zipan a little further behind it.
They can fully push through towards C here, but the thing is, yeah, Sugetsu's setup is still here, and he's gotten ahead of it. Buzz is the only one who's through right now. Zipan still is a flash. The lockdown invested in Buzz with the judge. I mean, ill-advised shots through it. Yeah, he's going to get peppered through that smoke. Never had a shot as Zipan fills out. Gets another 2. And now the Hunter's Fury. Zest is dead. He's done. Whoa, well, hang on. Fancy footwork as he tangos around the ult. Stays alive and perhaps gives him a shot at this round.
The snake bite not actually landing in the corner here.
Aduh.
Drifting further ahead.
GG boys.
Try and recover this. Sugetsu will find the headshot.
Wah, kayaknya kalah nih DRX nih. Aduh.
Buzz, yeah, forced to try and deal with the lockdown.
DRX kalau lu menang,
Spamming the judge.
gue beli jersey ori. Gue pesen dari Korea kalau lu menang ini. Ayo DRX. Gue pesen jersey lu dari Korea dah.
Yeah, we'll see. Perhaps it's off of, you know, trying to figure out what you want to do with the 3 ults that you were just mentioning. But, Mike, I will say, it does seem like when it comes to individual form, it's early, but they look really crisp on this map. They seem really snappy.
Halo, Heka.
And maybe that's kind of what I'm looking for, is we know what scene it's capable of. We saw it on the first 2 maps.
Berapa lama ya kira-kira kalau gue pesen dari Korea?
Who's going to fill in behind him? They just look really good right now.
Well, DRX.
Bocil DRX. Abis DRX tuh kayak
in terms of the early round.
Kayak kalah. Kayak kalah nanggung gitu loh.
I mean, in terms of the early round, definitely need to start applying a little
more. Mereka bisa menang gitu.
Back foot behind some of these trap plays and
beres turni ya. Lama juga ya, sebulan ya. Pindahan The Bangkong sudah nggak kuat katanya. Gue juga udah agak ngantuk sini Hekal sejujurnya. Coba karena gue baru bangun jadi gue masih bisa tahan ya. Stuck di cukai, aduh. Stuck di cukai capek banget. Gue malasnya kalau beli internasional kayak gitu tuh, stuck di cukai.
You think about the pistol, you think about the early A main fight from a couple of rounds ago. I mean, they want to brawl.
Be safe.
How do DRX handle that? Meanwhile, look at the setup right now towards mid. Angel and CNET just standing right up at the barrier, looking to take some aggressive space.
Angel to shoulder here for contact.
Kalau seminggu masih nggak apa-apa, dah gue tungguin dah.
Only investment of smokes at least.
Wondered here too what the plan was with that. I thought maybe they had a player that was close to
bahaya banget kalau udah ngomongin tuh.
But this is slightly awkward with it being the
kontak teman di Korea aja kan banyak temen lu. Si paling banyak temen gue di Korea. Siapa temen gue di Korea? Kagak ada. Oh Joko ada temen di Korea tuh bisa tuh. Enggak ya? Joko nggak ada temen di Korea ya?
Yeah, I believe it was Bren who was mentioning it on the desk. Joko. This exact thing, right? There's not a whole lot left behind.
Jok. Tidur ya Joko ya?
The positioning, the investment of that final smoke from Angel has to be pixel perfect.
I mean, they got the read here. There's 3 members of NAVI over towards A site. So DRX will commit behind it as well.
Joko turu,
Oh, that Rolling Thunder is going to cause so many problems. And yeah, they're deafened, but what can Mako find? One, looking for the second, nothing found yet. But the spike in the
harusnya kemarin nitip sama Apip ya, baru kepikirannya sekarang gimana?
And Sugetsu with one. Try to bully him away, try to force him to run and create some
space.
Baru
kepikiran, bro.
Where on earth are you going?
Sugetsu's going to catch this.
Are you going to commit? Oh, he commits! 13 seconds left. And Sugetsu, concerned about what might be behind him, creates a window for Mako to get the spike down. What a chaotic round, Mike.
Turret will bodyguard RB though. Put him in a position where he has to actually retreat back towards the door here. Mako completely disconnected down to 69 HP.
And they don't invest a turret to serve as a sentinel, so to speak, on the spike. They drop it B to make sure there's no one flanking around. So they have to face this. First flash turned. Mako trying to decapitate the person manages to do so. It's all on RB now. 1v2. He gets the 1v1. They left him. It all's on to CNED. He's gonna get to half.
Wow.
RB on the swing and CNED with the snap, but I don't know that he's gonna have enough time. It's gonna be so close.
Dapat.
Oh, it's gonna be so close, but it's not enough.
Nice try.
Full clutch for DRX.
Jadi bocil PRX sudah punya gue jersey PRX, sudah beli gue official jersey-nya mah.
So much time to wrap back up onto default.
Permasalahannya nih yang bisa dibeli di Indo cuma PRX sih. Sisanya kagak bisa gue beli.
So close to catching Mako.
I'd love to see if we can get this from CNET's perspective too. No, we're not going to get it, but you know, you wonder here.
Jersey mana lagi sih kita bisa beli official di Indo? Nggak ada ya? Jersey Valorant official Indo kagak ada yang di sini.
Another situation where
PRX
for a
doang.
second was all the difference. Up in the hands of CNET here.
Nanti nonton PRX pakai jersey-nya kah? Yoi. Tapi kan gue nggak nonton match pertamanya, match keduanya pengen gue bertonton. RRQ ngapain orang dipasuk ke champion aja kagak, LCQ aja kagak lolos. Aduh lokal nggak pengen gue. Orang gue kagak ngikutin. Kecuali dikasih, kalau dikasih nggak apa-apa. Kalau disuruh beli sih aku tidak mau. Waduh, pas. Tidak sempat mau sacel.
No investment just yet, but DRX happy to continue forwards.
I mean, Navi have such a good setup,
Welcome to my world. Mati dah Mako dah. Mako di aftershock, di shock guard.
They can drop so much here.
You should run.
Lockdown invest here. Stack snappy with the first zip and will fall.
Still so much to do though.
What?
Navi forced to take a step back. for just a
CNET
moment.
With that blind kill, actually CNET does get the showstopper up. Nearly actually catches RB with the second there.
He's going in with it. The alarm bot there.
Nice.
And once again, never fires.
CNET mah nge-cheat cuy.
Zest still able to play in it though. RB with the first, finally equalizing things. But how much more can they do? Can NAVI break their way through what they have? No, they cannot. What a hold.
Buka cabang di Indo mantep.
Wow.
Iya mereka nggak mau buka cabang ya. Aduh. Menurut tuh tim lokal yang bagus main Valorant tuh tim apa? Yang bagus kemarin Dominatus bagus itu. Pemain-pemain inilah pemain-pemain muda gitu.
Beautiful.
Soalnya PRX match 2-nya itu jam 2 subuh juga. Wah, jangan dong.
It doesn't feel good.
Titip ke Jason atau Aaron, Bang. Si paling kenal gua sama Jason sama Aaron.
Brutal situation there for CNED. And the truth is, yeah, he landed the shot onto Stacks. If it's Zest, an entirely different situation.
Nah, coba kalau siapa tahu jadi distributor. Nggak mau. Aku nggak mau ngurusin bea cukai, nggak mau pusing.
Once again, scrapping, managing to handle what they have. Managing to handle what NAVI are throwing their way. They did invest everything into that, though, Mike. They invested the pit. They invested the lockdown. That was a costly round. A win, yes, but a costly one nonetheless.
Dominatus hiburan banget kalau nonton nggak ngantuk. Iya, mereka tuh kemarin refreshing banget cara mainnya. Si Reforce itu niatin dari Reforce dia prosin dah, sumpah. Ada shopnya di web, I know, ada shopnya di web. Cuma gue takut ngurusin bea cukainya itu loh, gue mager banget. Ntar disuruh panggil ke pos lah, tete bengek lah, bayar cukai lah, alah. Capek. Import jersey gitu tetap kena bea cukai. Nggak tahu sih, mungkin kalau skala besar kena. Tapi kalau cuma beli satu biji harusnya nggak kena sih.
NAVI into an uncomfortable situation.
Di Amazon nggak ada. Nggak tahu dah.
You've got the fault line set up. The haunt is cleared.
RB. Oh, nice trade.
And there's the swing.
Ya, RB nggak siap. RB nggak siap.
We mentioned earlier, that's the sort of value you want to see from a smoke early on from Angel. Now, not necessarily as much of an issue. Buzz able to get right ahead of this Killjoy setup though, will clear a lot of space, and this time around the plant comes through. A 3v4 in the post plant. Not much in the form of utility to secure it, but
nggak kena biaya cukainya tapi dilamain gitu.
Well, very early on here, Doug.
Very early, you're absolutely right. The drone has been cleared.
Biaya cukai ada hubungan antara di dosen ekspedisi atau dari ini. Ada. Nah, kalau warehouse nggak tinggal ada kemarin kalau cukai di dosen tinggal. Warehouse tuh maksudnya apa? Aku nggak ngerti. Warehouse tuh apa warehouse? Kayak just tip gitu ya?
And once again, a subversion of expectations. This time in favor of NAVI.
Heroic attempt from Buzz, but unable to find anything further from those two kills.
Oh,
it was, yeah.
Warehouse itu ekspedisi.
See another Stacks reaction there for back-to-back rounds. Some BS deaths from.
Lu miss Buzz through the smoke 2 kali, Bang. Enggak, gue ngeliat kok. Barusan juga ada replaynya 2 kali gue lihat.
NAVI will tie it up and now actually take the lead in terms of this old cycle as well. DRX down to well, no purchase. Judge a sheriff.
Full eco.
On my way.
Full eco.
Out, but bigger picture-wise, Sugetsu one away from the lockdown. Shao one off the Hunter's Fury. These big ultimates available now for NAVI. Look to find.
Waduh, mati dia kena. Wah, gila, bagus banget. Bagus banget. Gila.
I mean, it worked. Very well handled. You can see what the intent was for DRX too. A different Viper wall. We hadn't seen that towards B, and then a quick pounce out for Buzz with the Judge. The only weapon that they had in that round. Yeah, they have no shot in this one. Shock darts too.
Shock dart.
CNET cutting everything off well. It's the third time that counts as a Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for NAVI.
One round ahead now. Definitely.
Nestre.
Cementing that lead in terms of this old cycle as well. Lockdown back in effect.
Oh, nggak ngerti gua. Nurlita. Warehousean kagak ngerti deh gue. Ya mentok-mentok kalau gue mau beli ya gue tetap beli, cuma yang mau nyampainya kapan ya udah. Gue cukup yakin kalau baju sebiji doang sih nggak kena bea cukai sih. Cuma ya nggak tahu jadi diprosesnya cepat atau lambat gue kurang tahu ya. Kirim ekspedisi online aja udah.
Not much left behind this purchase, so be a bit of a crossroads if they lose another.
It's a different look here again. They threatened aggression B, but they didn't leave anything behind. So RB's just able to fill back the space.
Placing swarm grenade.
Right here.
They've got the prowlers that they can push up with as well. RB, it took a little while, but he gets one step closer to having that lockdown.
Molly's removed from this C-site setup from Sugetsu. So it's just the alarm bot left there. The DRX taking their sweet time with this default. Spike not committed either direction just yet. It's only Shao to hold down the fort towards 8. We'll clear out with the drone here.
But it's early. They're ahead of it.
Did cast the tag though on Zest.
Go get him.
What do they do with that info?
Problem being
what do they do with that info?
It's going to force the hand of DRX into a scrambled execute here.
You imagine Sugetsu drops.
Terkena flash.
Yep, and it's flipped. The map is flipped. I mean, DRX just played them like puppets, bro.
TP will come through, giving them the plant.
There they are.
Just masterfully handling Navi's strings.
Wah, kena skinnya bagus banget itu.
They had a read on the situation. The rugs pulled out from under them. But Zipan able to get one onto Stacks. Buzz with everything to do. This position surely not expected, surely not found yet.
Nice
all
RB.
by himself. RB's going to be scaling forward as well, and Alarm Bot deep to cut off any control. But Buzz falls. I mean, they've got him pinched in. Mike, this is discombobulated. This is messy. He's got to get the kill on Angel.
Aduh, RB.
It's gone sideways. It goes so horribly sideways. RB's now just sitting on the other side with no way to make a play. Has to sit back and watch as the round goes by.
And DRX play this so well, but Navi.
Saudara nggak pembasket namanya Juan, kagak. Nggak kenal gua.
One falling so early towards rubble. And Navi capitalize. That's the kill I'm talking about right there. Stacks in a very deep position to cut off this rotation. Buzz falling after that as well.
I mean, Buzz had a great position, and you know we've got to talk about RB again. Not able to get the kill on Angel.
He's not had the same sort of impact today
no,
whatsoever.
Absolutely agree. But somehow, even in the face of that, they find themselves in a fight. Just down 2 rounds in the first half of Lotus. Or picked up.
Rolling Thunder here from Zipan. And yeah, on the X-ray you can see just what's on the other side.
Oh, this looks like trouble.
Oh.
What's the follow-up though? Is there anything behind it? Is it just them? The
nice.
paranoia and the satchel are beautiful. What a disengage.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
But you're not going to be able to get out of that. Oh my gosh.
Orbital Strike splits them, but nobody secures the space in front of it on the side of Navi.
Nice banget itu. 2 ulti kepake itu.
Good about that one.
Bridge sama Brimstone.
That could have been disaster.
Ayo balas RB. Udah kepake ultinya. Initiating. Nice. Wah. Wah, hilang dong.
Yeah, to watch that
it's a pretty depressing lockdown.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Wah, Dajjal juga. Ada aftershock sama granat teris.
Off of the dart.
Ya, mereka berani banget pakai ulti karena mereka tahu ada granat sama ada aftershock.
B-Stacks picked off once again. No response found either.
Wah, sulit ini nggak bisa entry, gila. DRX nggak bisa entry, gagal mulu entry-nya.
You're running out of time here. If you're going to flip the map, it's got to be now, and the utility hasn't been cleared. They've done such a job of doing it, but they don't seem to care.
Harus masuk sih, udah YOLO aja YOLO.
You've got Zest who's cutting off rotations towards B, but the spike has to go down very soon.
Nggak bisa nggak dapat.
So much presence here from Navi.
Angels found that kill.
This should open things up. That shock dart. Oh, it didn't bounce. It was a little bit deeper. RB's getting one.
Nice
a
RB.
2v2 somehow.
2v2 situ ya.
Mako, 85 HP, no armor. The swing out is there, and they try to
nice. 2v1, yuk dari City. 2v1 dari City. Nice, let's go. Nice one, DRX. Damn. Mereka sih udah ke push banget, tapi tetap bisa Bisa
Even
push
with
terus sih,
Angel
keren
finding the
sih.
kill onto Zest there, the numbers advantage
Keren.
still for Na'Vi.
Respect, gua respect.
I mean, just the pocket. You know, we were talking about RB, and reasonably so, rightfully so. You mentioned it, he hasn't played the same way he did yesterday. 2 massive kills in that round.
Another 3K for him. Was his signature move yesterday.
I'm confused. He's smiling, but they lost that round. CNED with the op. Showstopper in play. Early A aggression, too.
So yeah, throwing everything behind this now.
Yeah, they are. Set up CNED. What?
That's a big pick. DRX, so they try and explode on the back of this. Yes, they do. The showstopper doesn't land, but Stacks will find the kill on Shout.
So well handled. The swing out. I mean, DRX have played this perfectly. The problem is, though, Mike, we've said this before, and Navi somehow find a way to Houdini their way into the round.
A 2v5, Doug?
We've seen
surely not.
Zipan ahead of things, ahead of the Nightfall, ahead of the first. Clothesline, though, not able to find much more.
Nice banget DRX. Very nice, bro.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
The road to recovery pays off. As I said, we were staring down the barrel of potentially one buy
Very
round away
nice.
from an 8-4 half here in favor of Na'Vi. DRX, a course correction nonetheless. And RB must have heard me now because he's topping the board for DRX. Both Killjoys sit at 12 and 6.
Yeah, he heard what you said. He took it personally. And he's gotten DRX to this point. Halftime here between Navi and DRX. We'll throw it down to the desk.
Thank you very much, guys. This game, just the gift that keeps on giving. Every time we think that something is going to happen, it feels like, Brent, what we expect does not happen.
No, I know. We were trying to plan segments around the bonus round showstopper that didn't come to fruition. It just got immediately shut down as well. But yeah, I mean, it's been just one off of clutches. It's been even 6-6. But in terms of which direction it goes on, I really couldn't predict it, I don't think.
I think one of the things that DRX keep doing is putting themselves in difficult spots and then having to frag or clutch their way out of it. And that happened multiple times. Round 6 and round 7 really stand out, though, because they had put themselves into, it feels like almost unwinnable positions, and then you have a big play coming out from someone. I mean, from Marco, for example, in this situation, teleporting over to the C site and then barely winning the round due to time towards the end of things, as CNED almost got this but didn't quite have what it took. And then the round straight afterwards, I think they're in a 3v5 here or a 3v4.
Yeah, Maka goes down towards his util.
Yeah, and then they use pit lockdown to get their way out.
Yeah, I mean, really good timing with the ultimates, I will say, but it has to come
win
down
di
to these
jeda.
clutch
Di jeda apaan?
performances. I mean, and a lower third kind of spells it out as well. DRX have never got a win on Lotus, excuse me. And this is paving the way to a potential chance to get their first win of all time. But it is still shaky.
Tiap 12
right? Still
round
shaky.
switching side.
And I do worry a little bit about the composition they're playing up against, because now we're looking at Navi's attack side. With this composition they're playing, double initiator, solo smokes, it's very all-in. I feel like if DRX opt into playing retakes, their retakes were 0-7 on the last match.
Sulit, game ini sulit.
Well, it's neck and neck at the half, but there can only be one winner from this series, and of course, gaining that first spot.
6-6 coy, sengit banget coy.
And Hypok, I
Nah,
cannot wait to
gue tuh
find out who it's
berharapnya
gonna be.
matchnya EG terus matchnya Iwan tadi tuh kayak gini, jadi pas gue bangun gue masih bisa nonton. Ternyata tidak. Ini match terakhir sih Kuto, match terakhir, game terakhir.
See if that's the case here.
Which was strange, because I want to come back to something Josh mentioned, which is, a number of times DRX
kalau misalnya habis switching side itu dikasih waktu dulu gitu loh, brief moment buat break, buat apa gitu loh, nggak langsung bener-bener langsung mulai. Biasanya time out, yes.
I mean, the win rate in those situations was just stupid. And if it wasn't broke,
time out 2 menit gitu biasanya mereka, jadi casternya bisa ngoceh-ngoceh dulu. Ada highlight ronde sebelumnya. Kalau lo main compact kan langsung mulai kan, langsung nggak ada beda gitu. Cuma pengen 40 detik jadinya.
Navi in the pistol. 20 seconds on the recon, but the spike slowly making its way across towards C. Marco and RB will have their hands full here.
It's interesting here too. You expect Killjoy's utility to be set up here, and you don't have the same tools to clear that out on C in a pistol round. Meanwhile, there's so much space that DRX are taking towards A. They've just smoked off the turret, but they're going to commit to the C site. Both nanoswarms have been used, and they're not going to be able to get through.
20 seconds. And they're past the turret.
Bas mau ngeflank, Bas ngeflank.
Already. Sugetsu seems aware of it though.
It was smoked off at first. You see the first two share of shots go wide.
Waduh.
The spike finally.
Flanknya bisa dibilang itu gagal sih. Oh, nice.
He's not gonna
Untung
have time.
nge-weave.
He's well out of reach.
Nggak dapat.
Wow.
Nice, Mako. Oh, nice one.
Well,
Ini dia defense-nya DRX. Let's go.
And then there was so much aggression from DRX.
Let's go DRX. Let's go DRX.
Navi had no options, Mike.
I mean, Sugetsu was still aware of that. The fact that he's even still checking. RB finds one with a ping on the map. Yeah,
gila trackingnya enak banget itu sambil nembak.
Initially dropped there, but Navi almost sitting watching that round pass them by. The clock ultimately decided that. All of the kills come through for DRX in the end, yes, but CNED pinged up, revealed, forced back, and actually the C's invested behind it.
Waduh.
Angel getting a little curious here.
Yeah, back to the scene of crime, are we? First one cleared.
RB, Angel udah lit tuh Angel tuh.
I like this too. They leave CNED here, loud on the rotate out, but they leave a trap. The question is, does the trap get challenged? Oh, it's not a trap anymore. He's made his presence very clear.
He made his presence very clear.
I really like this from Navi, just because of the presence that they've shown. One alarm bot has been cleared. A molly has been used by Zest. He has none of that left. So you're seeing them slowly draw some of that utility out.
Bas, cukup Bas.
Buzz at least gets information on this jump peak early enough that Stacks.
Jangan jump peak lagi ya, terlalu kayak si Zest, betul.
Towards A side.
Aduh.
Oh, we'll reconfirm at least on the second jump peak. That's going to be a big paranoia to slow things down as well.
Yeah, but what's ahead of it? Buzz on the swing.
Ah.
Stacks there's
Wow,
through the smokes.
Stacks.
Well
very
done by
nice.
Shao's by himself and somehow manages to sidestep the satchel and never goes off. Gets a kill, upgrades a weapon to 1v3. Oh, it landed on him.
Lumayan tuh Sechel, damage-nya 50 tuh.
The plant, the secondary objective at least.
Atau 40 sih tadi. Oh, nice. 68, let's go.
Seal the deal. 3 left standing, 3 rifles maintained, Doug.
RB's the only one who took armor damage there too. Who also, importantly, was the one who got the defuse, who's just now 4 points away, halfway to having his lockdown online on defense.
And Buzz and Stacks with great progress as well. Stacks again, the only one to bring a pistol into this round. Want to find a couple of kills. RV playing it slow in the second also. See if that trend does continue into the buy rounds as well. And one thing, I mean, for DRX to stay particular, Stacks' utility was absolutely flawless on the fade. See if DRX have any other trap plays set up. Heavy presence outside B here. Stacks revealing there's a Guardian here.
RGX Guardian nih.
But concealing that there's more than one as far as personnel goes.
We're set up for the paranoia here, actually.
I mean, truly, you don't invest in that without real confirmation of what's on the other side, right?
Got the spike.
They're considering it. They're already ahead of the smoke, and the Prowler confirming there's no one there. So DRX on the move, Zest feeling some of the pressure, having to take a step back, try to bide some time. Stay alive for the rest of them to show up. I mean, Zenit's already through.
Keculik sama Scanan,
Oh, but he doesn't
Scanan si Sofa.
They've somehow managed to keep them back at least for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
They're gonna bonus them, Mike. Stacks and RB are up.
Itu lit banget si Sugetsu padahal. Ayo RB, bisa lawan Vito kayak gitu mah.
Do they know where he is?
RB.
Asking for another clutch from the hero of DRX once again.
RB.
Xiao posted up.
Waduh.
I don't know if Sugetsu was going to swing onto that there.
I wasn't sure either.
The last second will find the headshot
Tipis,
before rifles removed for
Gak apa-apa,
Navi.
tapi itu ronde mahal banget. 4 orang mati coy. Ronde mahal itu buat Natus Pincere.
In terms of a round 3 performance, Stacks nearly getting it done with the
Ronde mahal, ronde mahal.
Yeah, I mean, Sugetsu's so wise to it. Yeah.
That looked like maybe a tech pause.
Yeah.
Stacks has ripped something out.
All good. Plugged it back in.
Clock's not moving.
No, right, it's not, is it?
Now it is.
Here we go.
Okay. I was getting a little worried.
Crisis averted.
But nonetheless, Navi with the plant on the back of it, able to get rifles across the board. Hunter's Fury available, one off the lockdown, one off the orbital strike as well. So some key ultimates available potentially in this round for Navi. Lockdown going to be the first objective.
What do they do with it? They're just going to funnel out onto C, and they're going to do so quickly. Buzz dropping a nade. I mean, but the dart, he's lit up. That Nightfall's going to help, though. They're going to funnel behind it. They flood out onto the site. Just when you thought Navi had control, DRX punch back.
It's crazy that Navi don't get a single kill in that exchange as well.
Nothing.
Buzz nearly caught with the shock dart. 20 HP. But still standing. And in firm control of this spike now. Navi just going to sit behind this smoke, hope for somebody to overpeak.
They're going to have to do it 2 or 3 times just to get on equal footing. I mean, Stacks just went from almost tech pausing the series to potentially winning the round with that Nightfall. What a legend. I'm sure we'll get another look
Yo,
at it.
Asia bersinar yuk, Asia yuk.
That Nightfall and the pounce behind it from DRX was just so decisive.
Ini DRX, kalau masih bisa DRX. Flawless. Oh, ini abis ini miskin berat ini coy. Miskin berat abis ini kalau mereka nggak saving, pasti saving kan? Iya saving, pasti spike drop di situ. Udah pasti 100% saving. Miskin mereka kalau sampai ini matiin. Nice, 97. Bisa. Oh, line up, bos. Woo, baris berbaris.
Yeah, that helps.
Buzz's drive-by was nice, but he lined 2 up there in the choke point.
17-8 still. You know, we talked about RB at halftime.
Oh,
and how
timeout.
He was starting to come back to life. He was starting to get it back together. Still top fragging. Yeah, I really like this timing from Navi though, because you think about how the previous round ended. There was an
Navi mulai gelisah, Bung. Angel kayak, come on, man. Gue udah berusaha keras, man. Kata Angel.
In some ways, mind you, the coach wasn't there at the end of the previous round, but it's an extended time to chat.
Bagusnya DRX gak mau maksa hunting kill. Iya, untung DRX tuh disiplin banget, coy. Mereka nggak greedy. Jadi mereka nggak mau ngasih senjata dan poin duit juga ke mereka musuh gitu loh. Mereka diem aja dijagain site aja gitu. Kalau misalnya kayak PRX saya itu bakal nge-push itu PRX atau misalnya kayak EG nyari itu.
That margin for error becomes smaller and smaller, Doug.
So we'll see again what they choose to do with the finances, or in some instances, you know, the lack thereof. Is that a ball? Was that a ball? Was that a balloon?
I didn't catch it.
Oh, RB punya ulti. Wih, RB 17-8, coy. Ngeri banget 17-8.
What do they do with this? A bulldog, a guardian, and a
Sugetsu
vandal.
juga. Oh, killjoy-nya sih lagi bersinar di sini ya.
So some bite, but still plenty left over for the next round. Meanwhile, an aggressive decisive push from DRX once again.
Granat, TP, flash, snake's bite.
On Lotus from DRX, very quickly collapsing back towards C site here, leaving Marco posted up. And Navi actually gathered outside B. There could be a problem because RB's lockdown could be huge in terms of a B site retake here, Doug.
Buzz with no satchels. I thought he might go if there was something with the Prowler, something with the C's. No investment yet.
Look at RB's adjustment on the utility as well. It's actually towards backside and towards stairs.
With how good of a job of NAVI have done of clearing some of that early on, of just peeking out, clearing one of the nanos.
Not necessarily going to be a factor here. This NAVI group outside A now. 40 seconds left on the clock. Xiao down to 25 HP.
2, 1,
Second here.
trot.
Early enough as well. Potentially dig his heels in here.
Mako's so far ahead.
Tipis banget
That flash was just too much for him to deal with. He's going for this.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, he still got the kill onto CNED. What?
Nice.
Will equalize the head count. The lockdown will clear sight. NAVI will be able to get a comfortable plant.
Whoa,
Orbital strike as well. Angel going to follow up on this.
I love that too. So deep. Set the line of scrimmage further back.
Oh, Bas
Force them to
ketahuan.
invest utility to take space that they should normally have.
4v3 bisa ya 4v3 ya.
Brutal spot.
The problem being as well, look how disconnected Xiao. He's actually going to invest the Hunter's Fury here to deal with the lockdown instead.
Oh,
and
nice
it's going to pave
stacks.
the way, open things up for Stacks.
I mean, DRX are
Nice.
so behind it. Stacks, he gets a second
3v2
shot.
yuk, bisa
The
yuk.
only two that remain, and Xiao, as you mentioned, so
3v2 bisa
disconnected,
yuk.
so far back, 25 HP, nothing but a classic.
Nice,
With
dah.
everything to do.
Dah dapat. Dapat. Nice, 10-7, let's go. Let's go, 10-7. Woo, let's go.
And the dilemma for Xiao with the Hunter's Fury, but it's NAVI just not feeling comfortable about the weaponry maybe, or the HP bars. Feels as if they can disconnect, get back outside of tree.
DRX mau gue beli banget nih
Wait out
jersey
the
nih.
lockdown. Again, it's very awkward to have to fight back into tree if you concede that space in that situation.
I think on the other side too, DRX so confident to take the fight. Right, once the lockdown goes down, they're just going to flood behind it, regardless of what's on the other
Ini
side.
dia DRX defend. Wow, kali kiri lo. Nice boost.
The haunt is the distraction for Buzz to get the kill on
Nice, spike
CNED,
drop.
and he gets a second.
Spike
The
drop,
spike
bro.
is down. But there's not enough to follow up, I don't think. Did they seize that?
Wow.
Yeah, Xiao was stuck.
What is that adjustment from Xiao? Finds the Prowler and the headshot onto Buzz.
Mana sih?
Back to a 3v2 in favor of NAVI.
Stacks
This is one of the rounds
Mako.
where actually there isn't a
Udah di
paint
kill
shell or
2
snake
sama
bite
Bas
invested
malah
for
jadi
typical positions here.
begitu.
And NAVI capitalize. Zest noted here. RB elsewhere just positioned outside B, not necessarily in a position to support Zest.
Zest kalau kalah,
Hanging out and watching.
kalau Zest mati,
I mean,
dah
it could be. He's
kalah.
ahead of the alarm bot, so if NAVI do actually execute onto B,
Oh,
chance
mau
for
ke
him
B
to
dia.
backstab.
That might be the case.
He's getting played in here, Doug.
Wow. Mau ke B, bro.
Interesting too, that wall goes up from Zest. RB.
Nice banget.
Very well done, but more to be done. More to be found.
30 seconds left.
Zest is left alone, a 1v2 against
Kecil
all
dia.
odds as the spike runs further away.
Kecil.
Wisely too from NAVI, not having to deal with any of the
Tawan
wall
deh.
or any other utility that's be there. Just remove that element entirely. Zest tagged. A
Aduh,
high-low, way too much to deal with here, surely.
bisa
But
gitu.
they've given him 1v1s. They're repositioning. Zest has a shot at this. It's small, and it is not enough. NAVI get to 8.
GG
Perfect
boys.
time to play RB in. That only amounts to 1 kill. Gets traded out. Unfortunately, can't disengage from that position.
Wah, ini udah bagus loh. Ini udah bagus si Bas dapat 2 loh, Bas tuh.
Initially, everything
Udah bagus
goes right
banget.
for DRX.
Nge-wave teman-teman aku.
That adjustment
1.
is beautiful from Xiao. And then maybe a
Shiba.
little
Woi, dia ngomong
overzealous
Shiba
to
tuh.
secure that round
Bang, dia ngomong
and
kasar,
further
Bang.
kills for
Zest
DRX.
ngomong kasar,
Unfortunately, gives
Bang.
NAVI a play back in.
Dia ngomong
I feel
Shiba.
like that's been the story of the entire series, Mike. Is pull back and forth just when it seems like the team has control. That's just not the case. And 8 is good though to deal a little bit of damage.
Placing alarm bot.
Not much. Spike currently not in hand. Sugetsu getting the orb mid. I mean, Sugetsu's still pretty far off of his lockdown here.
Zipan 1 away from the Rolling Thunder. Cena 2 off the showstopper. Maybe just wanted to deny that orb, nonetheless.
Mako by himself here. Tucks behind the wall. He has some cover there. I mean, do you pounce off of this?
Marco at least will be within earshot. Stack's considering joining, but Navi don't actually follow through.
Also note here, look at the position of Sugetsu's alarm.
Xiao.
Different from where it was in the previous round, where remember RB had managed to find a space to slip through.
Playing to cut off any option through door from DRX.
4-4 ke C, 4-4 ke C. Kita lihat gimana caranya RB. Nice, aduh, RB kenapa nge-weave? Kamu lawan Zipan Zuzuzu. Oh, Bas nggak ngeliat tuh. Bas nggak ngeliat tuh tadi tuh.
Spike planted. Zipan has the rolling thunder, and there it is. It's going to push a couple of members back, but it seems like DRX may have found a swap right through it. The Haunt finding info, finding value. Spud's getting one. Xiao with the shock darts. It's just a tap out onto Spike, a 2v2 now. Sugetsu's still there. They've got him corralled in. DRX surrounded. They've already gotten it to half. It's got to be a swing from Xiao, and it delivers. Navi get another.
Udah setengah kan? Udah setengah, cabut dulu.
Definitely doesn't feel comfortable.
Capek banget.
No.
Navi able to convert another. Now the finances at DRX come into question. RB not spotted initially. Unfortunately, feels as if he can't retreat away from that position. Navi bring it within 1 round now. Will force a timeout from DRX. Well.
Back into the action we go. Buzz has really come to life.
Time out itu adalah waktunya gue turu, guys. Kalau mereka time out, gue turu. Lumayan kan?
I mean, they've invested a bit here, Mike. 2 Bulldogs, no armor on Zest. Or excuse me, on
Ayo, 3 round lagi di RX biar aku bisa tidur.
It's choppy.
Gue pengen tidur sejam habis itu olahraga, mandi, seger dah gue dah.
I haven't seen much of that.
No, they do follow through.
I mean, they've gotten so much space for free. I guess why not? Are they going to try to flood again off the paranoia? Yeah, that seems to be the case. They have the Haunt there too to provide some cover to get some info. Xiao able to get the snap, but it looks like they're going to get eco unless Zipan and Sugetsu can do something about it. Weapons upgraded for the defense. And there's really nothing that they can do. They're going to have to flood behind the flash.
Oh, nice banget, Marco. Nice banget counter flashnya. Gila.
Heroic scenes from the controller yet again.
Olahraga apa? Sepeda biasa.
He's laughing about it. Talked about earlier, DRX looking lethal in the thrifties.
Mantap, Bang Marco.
Looking even more ferocious in some of the rounds where they're at a great disadvantage. This one, every crucial kill comes through for DRX. Zipan and Sugetsu on the wrong side of B site for them to be the last 2 standing.
You can't help but call into question the option to go B here. Such a chaotic site. And just not well navigated. DRX with the 2-round lead, 3 ultimates, and the other 2 are just
Dua lagi yuk.
I was going to say, we weren't far off one of those rounds where
menang Iko lagi, mantap. Ini kalau bisa menang lagi nih. Waduh. Oh, nice banget. Nih kalau DRX menang ronde ini dia menang game nih. Menang ini game nih. Habis ini miskin soalnya Navi kalau mereka bisa menang.
Gonna hit B side once again.
And it's gonna be empty.
Wah, B-nya
Unless CNED
kosong.
scales up, that showstopper,
Retake yuk, retake yuk.
It's not gonna get much else. And you can't help but bring back to memory what we just saw in the previous round. This time with the paranoia, this time with the ult, and this time the kill. But Navi keeping things at bay for now. Mako should have a chance to rotate through, create some space, and cause some problems. Zest is also there, but you see CNED ready for it. He's waiting.
V4 bisa.
Zest is so weak, not able to get anything with it. 4v2 and
saving mereka.
yeah.
Neither team willing to relent at all.
Mereka juga miskin sih masalahnya.
Zipan should be able to find an upgrade somewhere.
Apakah siang ada live gabut? Mata kau live gabut. Udah live dari subuh-subuh suruh live gabut lagi.
Share the wealth.
Mata bapak kau.
But a big investment. By falling, we'll get the lockdown here. Obviously, Hunter's Fury invested and Orbital Strike invested here, so only really CNED and Zipan in a position to deal with that lockdown potentially. We do see it invested.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, Buzz just a little slow to react to Shao running up on him, trying to charge down the showstopper. But beyond that, NAVI finding all the kills they needed to secure B site and find the plant nonetheless.
22nd round on the books. Stacks again, 1 point away from the Nightfall. Lockdown, Mako's ult. She gets you.
Yuk, bisa yuk.
You saw Shao lining up for this in the previous round. Ultimately opted to go for the drone. Got that tag on his ass that drew out the
Lama nih pengen tidur tau gak lo. Dari jam 6 sampai jam 10 ini kalau nggak salah.
This time a bit more patient.
Udah mau jam 10 loh ini loh. Masa 4 jam matchnya? Oh my god. Intens sekali.
Spotted will retreat. Back towards tree. In a position to slow things down. Stacks already. Here to provide some support.
Oh, Zest.
Dancing with death here. But nobody from NAVI actually progressing through the wall.
Or picked up from Zipan there, now 3 points away.
Ada DRX, ada Mako di sini. Jangan mati Mako.
Handle's been broken in Mako.
Dapat satu cabut Mako.
Now has to respect the possibility of what's on the other side. No swing.
Dapat satu. Cabut Mako. Aduh, gue udah bilang cabut.
What? Through the box, lands it on his Zipan.
Gue udah bilang cabut. Mako dapat satu cabut. Jangan greedy.
Yeah, Venn diagramming the site, leaving a 2v2 Stacks with the Nightfall to confirm where they're going.
Ke A tuh.
The silence definitely.
They've read it well.
Yeah. I mean, they're ahead of it. Yeah, the alarm bot is there, but Stacks is going to get a chance to make the play. He's gotten it down to 1. He's going to have to get the spike down very quickly, and that's going to force RB to go quickly. It forces him to go fast, but no. Plant giving up. RB on the swing.
Go.
He's there, and he lands a shot.
Let's go, boys.
DRX at series point. The patience pays off.
What a crazy round.
Nice one.
Absolute madness.
Nice one.
Ahead of it. It's RB to secure. Stacks is caught off guard.
Satu lagi.
NAVI still healthy in terms of the purchase. The RX also. But all of those ultimates now have dwindled. Can NAVI hold on? Force another overtime.
I mean, ults are kind of close, but not really going to be the case. And look at the aggression from DRX. They invested the paranoia, the haunt, the double satchel, the nade. They dumped so much to control A main.
NAVI rolling the dice again on another B site hit, potentially. They're stacked up here.
It's interesting here because Buzz is going to be the one left A. It's normally Mako.
RB, jangan mati RB.
RB will catch the info outside the door.
Trap, RB, trap. Aduh, gak dinyalain trapnya. Hilang dan nanosnya dah.
They're gonna indeed. The alarm bot's gonna give it away. Forcing Stacks back.
Wah, di push coy.
Color Armbot actually just repositioned back out onto the side. It didn't. It moved at first, didn't go off. Now they're. Zipan has the Rolling Thunder.
Waduh.
It's going to be so chaotic as you see them both vying for control of such a small space. But Navi equalizing, it's a 3v1 and it's not going to convert. Sugetsu gets 3, Navi at 11. And Zipan keeps the ult.
And that's massive for
masa
Navi.
OT lagi,
DRX
bos.
is a really uncomfortable position as well. We'll have to see how the finances settle for them. But Sugetsu on the cleanup with these headshots. He's always good for a round like this, Doug. And it comes when Navi needs it most. One round away from forcing another overtime in this best of 3. Stax brings a Sheriff in here. A Guardian in the hands of Zest.
Oh, it's
and
the same.
It opens up.
It's the same play. But CNET surely has taken us the distance. I mean, with an opener like that, and the Rolling Thunder to secure things, Mako stunned up, stunned around, tries to reposition, and does so into his death.
Foregone
conclusion here as it seems like once again, we're getting some extra Valorant, folks. RB would have to 1v5 to pull this off and get the defuse.
Ya nggak mungkin lah. 1v5.
This would be certainly that. A prime gaming flawless off of the opener from CNET, excuse me, to take us to overtime.
Overtime.
It's going to be so taxing on the mental as well for DRX to let this one slip. An explosive opener from CNET. Couple of freebies offered up.
Oh, if I may too, I think you make a really good point on DRX feeling exhausted because you let that one slip. You just had overtime map 1. You played overtime yesterday. I mean, it's early in the tournament, Mike, and these rounds pile on.
Yeah, the mental fortitude being tested. A lot on the line here. We talked about that break ahead of this, booking your ticket further into Champions. Come back to the same thing. Neither team willing to relent. Yeah, Navi back on the defense here for first.
Sayang banget, sumpah itu. Itu sayang banget.
Deeper investment of Sugetsu's utility here towards elbow. Does have Angel in support as well.
Dan lu kumpulin orb aja, bus. Bus, keliling side CBA, yuk. Di situ push A-nya. Here comes the party.
Will give up the orb. No, I was gonna say actually.
Capek banget, tiga game, 2 gamenya OT, coy. Aduh.
Buzz is 2 points away from a showstopper, given how he's played the opening into this round, given how DRX have played the opening into the round. So keep a third eye on that, if you will. It seems like they want to NC. Everyone's piled up, and that's not just DRX I'm talking about. 3 members from Navi here. The fault line from Zipan still in play. The Aftershock 2 off of the smokes. They try to get through, and all of that utility is just going to be so much to deal with. Buzz killing
Nice! Nice!
Falls to his own nade, but Zest makes it okay.
Nice!
Gives him in it.
Ace!
Zest gets 3.
Ace!
He's got the pit.
Ace!
He hasn't thrown it down just yet. RB will find Cines just Shao to recover a 1v4. DRX players clinging to life. Look at the HP bars. But Shao will need nothing short of a miracle to flip this back.
Position given away. I mean, and just such an impossible situation. Fully decayed, and time is of the essence.
Mati deh.
Not much he can do here. DRX are going to take a lead in overtime, and holy smoke, Zest, man.
What a round from Zest. Show me that one back. Because the utility placement is perfect from Navi. Buzz falls to his own nade. The tip of the spear for DRX. He's trying to get out of the nano swarms.
Aduh, udah yuk kelarin dia DRX yuk. Yuk DRX yuk.
The third was clean too, and then the fourth to wrap up the round. all the conversations around who should be playing
bisa ya, DRX ya. Kelarin ya.
The decision that was
Wah,
made
ini mah gue nggak bisa tidur ya. Ini mah gue langsung olahraga, mandi dah. Udah jam 10. Mau tidur sampai jam 11 tuh kesiangan gue.
NAVI backs against the ropes.
They're going to stun back out of this on the back of the dart.
Nothing to clear it either. I mean,
wah, Mako ke scan. Wow, Buzz! Nice! GG! GG boys! GG boys! Oke. Beli jersey DRX.
Final nail in the coffin. Putting him away. Buzz with 3. DRX are playoffs bound.
In the blink of an eye, Doug. The match is over.
Oh, and look at the faces of the DRX players, man.
You talk about that being a mentally taxing series. What a sigh of relief. And NAVI were poised to completely rip that setup apart. Marco stunned up, revealed. Buzz bailing him out there. And then Marco...
Gue mau lihat sizingnya di mana nih?
I mean, we're going to take a look at it one more time. Buzz just faced the wall. He just faced through the Viper wall. There was no flash. There was no info gathered any other way. Buzz just said, I'm closing this round out myself.
Bentar. Ini
Unreal.
72, 49, 13, 24.
After the series we've been gifted. DRX, a well-deserved break after taking down NAVI 2-1. And now for NAVI, we've got to mention what's before them.
Berapa nih ya? XL apa 2XL ya? Ntar gue mesti cek sizing dulu.
Will buy themselves a little break as well. We already talked about DRX showing a lot of improvements in the downtime. Showing some composition changes here as well, uncharacteristic of them to stray away. Pull things like the Yoru out as a curveball.
The confidence.
Panjangnya 72.
When you talk about how scrappy they like to play, perhaps
kiri kanannya 49.
I mean, Buzz and NAVI being the protagonists of those sort of rounds and really delivering for DRX. Marco
Buzz 113.
Yeah, great first 2 series in terms of the overall showing here for
DRX. 25.
He was talking about this before the series versus Loud. Really an opportunity for, I mean, both of them in that series, but DRX more so to show a return to greatness, right?
Kayaknya gue double XL deh. Kayaknya gue double XL sih.
Certainly getting off on the right foot here.
That foot takes them to a warm welcome from their fans. Coming out in droves here in LA. Perhaps that's what got him through, man. I don't know, but DRX have once again shown us that there's something else in them this tournament, man. It's early, but they've shown us so much.
Diskon 8.000 won, earn mile edge 600 won.
Well, even with RB having a slower start, it wasn't really to harp on him having a worse performance, but it was undeniable the amount of impact he had yesterday.
biar aman.
Stepping up to the plate here on
sizingnya suka aneh soalnya.
In a number of rounds. Buzz
gak usah dilihat last skillnya, mereka udah 1v5, udah gak mungkin kalah. Mantap bro.
Struggling to convert first bloods, but able to
GG
recover
boys.
nonetheless.
Dah guys.
4v5 situations, even 3v5 situations
versus
Loud.
Gue udahan dulu. Nanti gue beli Xtreem kaosnya. Kalau nggak salah ada web Inggrisnya. Itu web Inggris kok ininya. Nggak tahu, ntar gue cek lagi lah. Oke, makasih yang udah nonton. Kita berjumpa lagi nanti malam di Dempul FM. Oke, jangan lupa kasih like, share, subscribe, join membership buat yang belum. Terima kasih yang sudah. I'll see you guys again nanti malam. Oke, stay safe, healthy, stay at home. I love you, live finishing. Cheers guys and bye. Bye. Peace out. Bam.
Thank you so much.